Lacey, any rookie knows how to seal an evidence bag. You can consider this an official oral reprimand.
I sealed the envelope, Christine. Then it came open by accident.
Dory's a good cop. He knows what it means to tamper with evidence.
He helped Dory get off dope.
Yeah.
What was he doing in a shooting gallery with half a gram of cocaine? He's hooked still. You can see it when you look at him. And you too, Christine. You're hooked on Dory McKenna, same as he is on drugs.
I know you want to ask me.
What?
Ask me about Driscoll. Ask me if I did it.
You don't know nothing. Let me help you out. You get yourself another partner, baby.
Chris? What are you doing?
Nothing. Just go back to sleep.
Tell me what it is. Maybe I can help you find it.
My jacket seems to have disappeared.
Well, you see, that's the trouble with you neat freaks. You can't remember where you put things. The jacket's in your closet.
Oh, yeah? The only thing in my closet is a bunch of very ugly shirts, Dory, none of them in my size. That was after I tripped over your barbell.
You're right, I am a slob. I am. But I'm a slob. Who's crazy about it.
Dory! Dory, stop it.
I'll clean up later.
I've got to go to work.
Clean up later, I promise.
I have to go to work. You have to let me go.
Be honest.
What?
You think I'm crowding you?
No. Just I don't know whose apartment this is sometimes. But I do love having you here. Dory, I have got to go. I have to meet Mary Beth at 6:30. You gotta let me go. Come on. Let me go. Please.
Listen, what do we think about changing all this, huh?
This?
Yeah. The whole thing here.
If I sounded like I wanted out, I don't.
No. Me neither. I was talking about making things more permanent. I mean, since I am here most of the time anyway.
You mean moving in together?
Well, a lot of people do it. Some even like it.
Well, I think about it. I do.
Yeah, but
more with you than anybody.
You're not ready yet, right?
Do you hate me?
What do you think, huh?
And this doctor has more good news. Back injuries are very unpredictable, he says. So he wants Harv to move as little as possible. You know what that means? I'm sorry, what? He can't get out of bed. For how long? Till the muscle spasms stop. Doctor couldn't say how long that would be. $100 he charged for that. So can't Harvey's mother help out? Muriel's in the Bahamas, remember? She won that cruise playing bingo.
Oh, yeah. So who's nursing the patient?
Yes.
Okay, everybody heads up. They're on their way.
Finally, let's go.
I'm cool, but it's my friend.
That's all. Turn around. Don't make me do nothing crazy. Turn around.
What happened to you?
Oh, there's a Viking in there.
Oh, come on, get going, come on.
Get your hands up there and spread your legs. You know how to do this. Come on. Oh, back up, back up, back up, back up. Oh, what do we got here? What do you call this here, huh? Don't I call it. You have the right to remain silent. Give me a hand. You give up the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to speak to an attorney and have an attorney present during questioning. If you so desire and cannot afford one, an attorney will be appointed for you, free of charge.
Of course I know who he is. Possession, 1 count cocaine. Dory is crazy down here. No, I don't think you should come down. Well, because I thought you'd like to know.
You called Dory about the Driscoll thing.
It was a private conversation, Meredith.
Why are we talking about my collar?
Driscoll was Dory sponsoring the detox program. I met him last fall at a softball game.
He helped Dory get off dope.
Yeah?
What was he doing in a shooting gallery with 1/2 gram of cocaine?
I don't know. Neither does Dory.
Well, I wish you hadn't called him, Chris. I mean, he can't do anything about it, and it makes you personally involved.
Driscoll has been like a brother to Dory. That's how he talks about him. I thought he would like to know.
Even so, proceed.
Excuse me, ladies. You fill out these reports?
Yeah, why?
I don't understand Chinese. You want to translate them for me?
It's not Chinese, Coleman. That's English.
Hey, you know what the doctor called this?
A scratch? Sorry. A superficial knife wound?
Intramuscular laceration.
Bail bondsman provides a legitimate service.
You leave your car on winos.
Well, I'm entitled to advertise.
And corpses.
So, every once in a while, take a long shot.
We made the raid 2 hours ago. How many of you hooked so far?
I am arranging bail for 11 of you detainees.
Lieutenant, we're running out of holding space here.
Well, tell it to the taxpayers, Coleman.
I'm just trying to speed up the process.
Excuse me, do you have a quarter? My old lady keeps hanging up on
Ask him, will you? He makes more money than I do.
Please, keep your hand. Billy, I got a bail bondsman here.
Very good. Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna take these downstairs.
Mary Beth?
Yeah. Pleasure.
Oh,
Mary Beth?
Yeah. I think calling him was a bad idea.
Just let it go, Mary Beth.
you got a minute? That coke wasn't his.
Jimmy was trying to sponsor some guy for the program.
Oh.
Yeah, well, who knows? He called himself Kevin Smith. When Jimmy heard, he went back on speedballs. He went to the gallery to get him out. When you moved in, Kevin got away.
So it's all a big mistake? Dory, come on. How many perps have you collared who say exactly the same thing?
They weren't Jimmy Driscoll.
Dory, look, I know what he means to you. And I know he got you through a really rough time.
He saved my life. You think he's gonna lie to me about something like this?
I don't know. Anyway, it's up to a judge now.
Yeah, sure. Jimmy's an ex-user. A persistent felon candidate. The judge is gonna listen real hard and then throw the key away.
Dory, I don't know what you want from me.
It's less than half a gram. 2 big possession charge. Kinda gets lost in the shuffle every day.
I have work to do.
Hey, Chris.
I'll talk to you later.
Mary Beth, there is something floating in here.
It's probably a little piece of shell. Just spoon it out, Howard.
My mother's soft-boiled eggs never had shells in them.
Of course not.
And they weren't runny either. She used to break up the toast in them for me.
Howard, you hurt your back, not your hands. You can break up toast.
Wouldn't be the same.
Mom, look what Harry Jr. did.
I did not. Michael, those are school clothes.
It wasn't my fault.
Liar. You wouldn't give me the syrup. Don't you call your brother a liar. You get in the bathroom if you're gonna be late for school.
You have to fight in here.
I wasn't fighting, he was.
Mary Beth, I need a pain pill.
Honey, you get another one in an hour and 26 minutes.
Oh, come on, you gotta be kidding.
Somehow, Harv, I'm not in the mood to kid.
These your initials, Lacey?
Yes, sir.
You got something you want to say?
Who was on duty in the evidence room, sir?
Manelli, and he says it came to him just like that.
No, I could have sworn it was secured, sir.
Yeah, well, it's not secure now. The seal is broken. The chain of evidence is broken, and the case is right out the window, and Driscoll James D. walks. Damn it, Lacey, any rookie knows how to seal an evidence bag.
Lieutenant, it was a zoo out there yesterday.
Yes, I know that, and this Driscoll case is just a rinky-dink possession, but that is no excuse. What was the purpose of this raid, Detective Lacey?
To apprehend suspects, sir. To obtain information on dealers, sir.
Right. But we can't obtain information from people we can't keep. Can we, Detective Lacey?
No, sir.
Detective Lacey, you can consider this an official oral reprimand.
Yes, sir.
Get up.
Mary Beth.
Hey, you know the old wing kept me up all night?
Yeah.
Hey, you didn't hear what went down, did you? Hey, after I got in the door, there must have been about, I figured, 20 of them. I think they had some kind of paramilitary thing going on. They were all trained like soldiers. Of course, at the beginning, I was kind of tense, you know, but
Victor,
towards
I
the
don't have time to hear about a Clint Eastwood movie.
You really think this will make a good Clint Eastwood movie?
Victor, enough, okay?
Sure.
Christine?
Oh, hi. I've got a card from LaGuardia. He just left Rome and is on his way to Calabria.
It's nice.
Yeah. You want to have lunch or something?
No. I just went down the evidence locker. Dory was there yesterday. His name's on the sign-up sheet.
So he had business there.
Boy, that's a big coincidence, huh? I mean, one day Dory's in the evidence room, and next day his friend's case is thrown out.
Well, Mary Beth, he could have had a million reasons for being in that room. He plays racquetball with Manelli.
I sealed the envelope, Christine.
Then it came open by accident. Dory's a good cop. He knows what it means to tamper with evidence.
Does he? Like he knew what it meant to be a responsible backup to me? Or he knew what it meant to bring dope into my home? Harv never forgave him, never!
Is that what all this is about? Huh? Something that happened 2 years ago?
Absolutely.
Well, I'm real bored with it. Dory kicked the habit. He has apologized.
Right.
Now, I don't know what else he has to do to please you and old Harv. The news is good, Mary Beth. You don't ever have to invite Dory or me to your home for dinner ever again. Isn't that great?
Shut up.
Listen, I'll meet you at Haggerty's tomorrow for breakfast. You got it. I'm glad it worked out, Jimmy.
News travels fast.
Jimmy left a message on my machine. A lot of knots.
Yeah. I know, it's not one of my 10 best days.
Want to talk about it?
No, not really. I ran into Frank Manelli. He said you came by to see him when he was on duty yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Needed some lab reports. Is that what's bothering you? Jimmy?
Yeah, it bothers me.
Well, it shouldn't. He was clean.
We'll never know for sure.
You hear yourself? You hear yourself? That's why Jimmy never had a chance against the system. Doesn't care that he's recovering from a disease. It doesn't care that he's been busted by mistake. Just throw the junkie back in prison with the rest of the garbage. And then you wonder why he starts using again.
Well, you're not really being very objective.
Objective? You want me to be objective? The man spent more nights up with me than I want to remember. I screamed at him. I hit him. And still he stayed with me. He wouldn't give up on me. And he wouldn't let me give up on myself. Jimmy's done that for lots of people. Still, the justice system would have sent him to hell anyway. Still, that's where you gotta break. Just believe me, baby. This is the best way it could have happened.
Honey, I'm sorry the remote on the TV isn't working. Then you have to watch soap operas until Hoff Jr. gets back from school. Yeah, tomato soup. In the thermos. Yes, made with milk. No, Hoff. I don't know what it's like to spend an entire week in bed, but I certainly like to find out. Goodbye. Hiya.
Hiya.
See those papers on that DOA that came here last week?
Good morning, ladies. I took this message for you about half an hour ago. Seen that caller you made in the raid 2 days ago?
Yeah.
Guy couldn't make bail. They took him to Rikers.
Thanks, Coleman.
No problem.
Ernie Cade wants to make a deal.
I know why you rousted us. It's not the little guy like me that you're interested in, is it? You just want us to tell you who the sources are. Am I right?
Yeah, but so far all you've done is tap dance and scratch.
It's coke, Bugs. I used to freebase. Not anymore.
You know what I think, Ernie? I think you're playing games.
Well, now you haven't told me what you can do for me. You know, I'm facing a lot of time in here.
If your information checks out, then we talk about a deal.
Hey, I think I got a right to know.
Hey, take it or leave it.
Okay. Okay. They got a system for getting the stuff into the city. I know something about their drops.
What?
They move them around. It's a different place every week, you know? Movable drops.
That's it? Great. Thanks for wasting our time, Ernie. We just love driving out here for no reason at all.
No, wait. That's not all I can tell you.
No,
There's more.
forget it! You've been dancing us around here.
No, I swear I'm not. I swear on my mother's grave. Please, come back, please. I know a distributor. He's sort of a middleman. He gets the stuff from the big man, and then he takes it and sells it all over town. He's black. He's a classy guy. Smooth talker.
You want to just give us the name, Ernie?
I think his real name is Driscoll.
We'll be in touch.
Okay.
So then he says to me, hey, man, I want to talk to you. So he says to me, man, now mind you, he had about 2 feet of white powder on his lip. He says, man, I swear I was just eating a sugar donut, sure enough. Funny, huh? Man, it was pathetic. Because it's us, you and me. You know something, son? It's harder for a cokehead to quit than any other kind of junkie. But then I guess you know that already.
Today. Man, I was sure I was gonna give in.
You can do that if you want to. I mean, you want to snort your brains out the rest of your life. Or you can trust me. And the rest of the group. Because we'll always be right here. Worry your family down.
Thanks.
Oh, it's all right. It's gonna be all right, you hear? It's gonna be all right. Now you go on home and get some sleep. And I'll call you the first thing in the morning. Well, hi. You looking for Dory? Or are you looking for me?
Dory.
Well, he left right after the meeting about 30 minutes ago.
Thanks.
Hey, wait a minute. You know, we have never really talked. Unless you count the other day when you both were reading me my rights.
I don't think we have much to talk about.
I mean, you don't take no bull, do you? And you got Dory's number, and you're not afraid to fight. Well, I'm like that, too.
You do this a lot?
Well, as much as I can. You see, well, I was a hardcore user. Look, why don't you come on in? But one day, I lucked out. And I got this program instead of prison. And now, I'm just trying to give a little of it back. Sometimes, well, it's not that easy. Some of these people who are here this meeting tonight, they'll be using it again in 6 months. But every once in a while, somebody like Dory will walk through, and it will stick, don't you know? And it makes the whole thing worthwhile.
So you have a lot of people come through here?
Mm-hmm.
No username. Ernie Cade?
Ernie Cade? Of course. Oh, Ernie. He's my lost cause. Every week he tells me he's gonna kick the habit. Say, you're not really looking for Ernie, are you? I mean, he's not a bad guy. A little crazy, but he's not bad.
Yeah, maybe not. Thanks.
Well, you take care now, here?
No, just put down the phone in the kitchen and go. No, don't hang up, Michael. Just a second. Why did you tell me you were going to court this morning? Michael, tell Daddy I'll call him right back. No, I don't want to hang up.
B. Culver, the purse snatch I collared when I was off duty.
Michael, Daddy didn't mean to say that word. No, Michael, you know that he's not been feeling well. Just a minute. I think we should talk to the lieutenant about what we got from Ernie Cade.
What'd we get? Not enough for a warrant. He'd left us right out of his office.
Michael, tell Daddy I'll call him right back, okay? You can't ignore a lead, Christine.
What lead, Mary Beth? Ernie Cade's one of the biggest con artists in the world. He's famous for phony tips.
Well, it's the only thing we have.
I'm late for court, so I don't have time to argue with you.
I'll talk to the lieutenant myself.
When I get back.
You won't be back the whole day.
This is not your case. It is our case. We have nothing concrete, so sit on it till I get back.
Lacey, yes. Harv, sit on it. Your heating pad, honey.
Yeah, about 30 of them. Heavily armed, combat trained.
And you, Victor Uzbeki, single-handedly took him out, right?
Yeah. Hey, you think Robert Redford would do a TV series about a Polish cop?
I don't know, but
yeah.
Did you get something for me?
Yeah.
Hey, Lacey, I never showed you...
Yeah. Driscoll did make bail before his case was dropped. I remember the guy who posted it for him when his name popped up on the computer. Here it is. McGinnis, Joseph T. Funny kind of a guy, you know? Didn't smile or nothing. Saw a Union trucker's card in his wallet.
Would you do one more favor for me, please?
Like what?
McGinnis, Joseph T. Where does he live or work?
You know, sergeants are very busy people.
I know. I'll return the favor.
Can you keep Uzbeki out of here?
Kind of a jerk lately, huh? You don't have to say it. I have been.
Well, you're sick.
No excuse. I'm gonna do better. I promise.
Night, baby.
Good night.
Sleep well. You want to see her?
No. Mary Beth, you know what I'd really like? A cup of cocoa with the little marshmallows on top. We got the little marshmallows.
What if I get you the big marshmallows and the scissors? Christine said she needed a ride this morning.
Yeah, she always slept. She's in the shower.
Come in, Mary Beth. Relax. We ought to be able to get through 5 minutes together.
You don't seem very relaxed yourself.
Look, I know you don't like me.
I don't think this is the time or the
You and
place.
Harv don't like me, and I don't think you ever will, but that doesn't give you the right to run Chris's life.
You have no right to say that that's what I'm doing.
What are you pushing this thing with Jimmy for? Because I trust him, and you don't trust me, and you don't want Chris to trust me? Maybe you think I'm still using, huh?
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, I guess Chris didn't tell you that she saw, Jimmy the other night, huh? Yeah, that's right. She's not as self-righteous as you are. She doesn't assume that he's lying just because the man was on drugs once.
Oh, hi, Mary Beth. I'm sorry I'm late. I'll see you in the car. Unprofessional. It's unprofessional. Talking to a suspect without telling me.
Driscoll is not a suspect.
Because you don't want him to be, because you don't listen.
Because you don't know what you're talking about.
Lacey, got that information on the Driscoll case? McGinnis is a truck driver. The union says he works on the island, Bellport, freight company called Pierce Transport. You owe me.
Thank you. This could link Driscoll to the movable drop show guy Cade told us about. I don't know what I'm talking about.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm doing my job.
Your job? Cade is our case. It isn't your case.
But it's okay if you talk to Driscoll without telling me.
I went to see Dory. That was not on purpose.
I don't know you anymore, Christine. I followed up on Cade because I knew you wouldn't. Because you see, Dory McKenna, and you come up with some more excuses.
Get off saying that. If Jim Driscoll is dealing drugs, Dory is not involved in it.
Dory's on the edge. Man I saw this morning could very well have tampered with evidence. And I think he did.
Because you want to think so. What is it, are you jealous? Is that it? I get something for myself that is outside this job, and you can't handle it.
You're not even making sense.
Dory is not a perfect person, Mary Beth. He is not the great Harvey Lacey, and who'd want it? I'm so sick of hearing about St. Harvey and your hallowed home. Well, I know Dory, and he wouldn't lie to me.
He's lying to you. He's lying to himself. He's still sick.
He hasn't been on coke in over a year, and you know it.
In his head. He's hooked still. You can see it when you look at him.
What the hell do you know about it?
And you too, Christine. You're hooked on Dory McKenna, same as he is on drugs. Only you can't see it.
I don't have to talk to you.
Yes, you do. For God's sake!
Hey, you watch it!
Would you listen to the truth here for
Don't push! Get your hands off of me!
This man could be guilty of a serious crime. And you're willing to throw away your career and mine to protect him. You're hurting a lot of people, Christine, and it's wrong. And you know it.
Fine, Mary Beth. Fine, you know everything. You know the whole truth now. You don't know nothing. So let me fix it for you. Let me help you out. You get yourself another partner, baby.
I've been on some dead stakeouts. This one's a cemetery.
Did you hear what I just said?
Yeah. Something about, truck driver, bailing Jimmy out, huh?
Mm-hmm. He works for a freight company. We got a tip about movable drops. Truck drivers can do that.
Of course, that makes him a dealer, right? You ever hear a coincidence?
There are too many of them, Dory. Look at me! We've got to talk.
You know, Jimmy's uncle owns a freight company. He's a nice guy. He'd bail Jimmy out. He probably sent down one of his drivers.
Or the uncle's involved.
Oh, God, don't you ever quit!
That is my job. I'm not supposed to quit.
Okay. Why don't you check out the freight company? Hmm? You'll probably find out you're wasting your time, you know.
Yeah, maybe so. Dory, don't talk to Driscoll. Do you understand me?
Thanks for your vote of trust. I'll do the same for you sometime.
Oh, come on. Where's Cagney? I want to talk to both of you together.
She's not back from lunch yet, sir.
You know, you and Cagney weren't exactly quiet this morning. Matter of fact, I think they might have heard you up in the Bronx.
I'm sorry, sir.
No, don't be sorry. Everybody knows partners supposed to slug it out sometimes. So, straighten it out?
I don't think so, no, sir.
Want to talk about reassignment?
I don't know, sir.
Maybe something temporary? Want to talk about it at all?
I do, sir, very much. But not without Cagney.
You know, I guess I could play marriage counselor here. I could say all the things that I'm supposed to say about partnership. I could tell you to give a little if you can, because she would too. But the truth is, Lacey, I trust your judgment. And Cagney's. So, whenever you want to talk, I'm here.
I appreciate it, Lieutenant. Should I shut the door?
Yeah, please.
He wanted to talk to both of us together.
I'm ready now.
Okay. We could check out the freight company ourselves. And if there's anything there, then we could bring the lieutenant into it.
We could do that.
Coleman remembers McGinnis. He could give us a solid description.
Okay.
You know, I don't know which way to go. I mean, Wamba made big bucks off novels. Maybe I should go that way, you know? I mean, I could start with the raid, then add a lot of sex, and then how I feel about standing alone between New York and the creeps out to destroy it. Yeah. Yeah. Then they'll make a miniseries out of it, huh?
Looks like everybody's gone home. Yeah, it's late. We could give a couple hours, you know. Save ourselves a trip later.
Whatever you say.
That could be McGinnis, huh? What do you say? It's not a drop when he leave it here in the middle of nowhere's for.
It's locked. We're gonna need a warrant.
Unless somebody shows up with the key. Christine, if you want to get a warrant, say so.
I said we'd stay.
I don't want to be right about Dory. It's not important that I be right about Dory. It's important that I be able to talk to you. I talk to you.
Sounds like you're going to anyway.
I'm feeling ashamed of myself. I'm ashamed I shoved in the ladies' room. I'm ashamed I went behind your back to talk to Sergeant Coleman. And I'm ashamed I said it was Harvey that never forgave Dory. Because it was me. I was holding on to bad feelings. I acted small about it. And I owe you an apology. I'm sorry. Can I say 2 more things? I got a routine on evidence. Make sure I do everything. But that day we brought in Driscoll, what'd I have? I had half a dozen, 9, 10 envelopes. Maybe I didn't stick it down right. Maybe Manelli screwed up. Maybe the thing fell off a shelf. Who knows? Maybe Martians came down from the moon. Blew the thing open. Point is, I don't know. And Dory said to you he didn't do anything, and you believe him. So do I. Last thing, okay? If you wanna go on still, working together, which I hope you do, you have to keep your mouth off my family.
You keep your mouth off mine.
Deal.
Deal.
Jeez, I'm starving.
And you, actually.
Want to order out for pizza?
Where?
Let's see what's in the glove compartment.
Let's do it.
Police, hold it right there. Put the bag down, put your hands up. Put it down, Driscoll. You have the right to remain silent. If you give up the right to remain silent, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to speak with an attorney and have an attorney present during questioning. If you so desire and cannot afford one, an attorney will be appointed for you without charge before questioning.
We got him at a drop. Driscoll's the distributor.
Everything he said. Whole rap. It was all a lie. What he did for me.
Nothing. It's to keep me from going back now, too.
Does you, Dory?
I can't trust me.
Why not?
Come on, Christine. You don't even trust me. You say you love me, but you don't trust me.
I do.
Ask me. I know you want to ask me.
What?
Ask me about Driscoll. Ask me if I did it. I didn't, Christine. I didn't. I know how it looks. I swear to God. I did not fix the evidence. You don't believe me?
I do. I do believe you, Dory. I do. It's the big time, Mary Beth. It's the fast lane.
You two ever get tired of life at the 14th, I'll be glad to have you in narcotics.
Go to bed with me, both of you.
What is this?
I'm sure you didn't say anything that would taint the collar. You're too smart for that.
If you go into the grand jury on Tuesday and call me a liar, our partnership's over.
Are you that good, Sergeant?
Okay, I have to type up the report. You want to tell me what lie I'm... Morning, sir.
Morning.
I'm swearing, too. Great location here. You only say that because you don't have to pay the rent? Neighborhood's yuppie heaven. Place should be a gold mine.
That's what we thought when we took over the place. Personally, I think we'd have been better off with the Medicare crowd.
Yeah. I guess the only drugs your people are interested in are the recreational kind.
You are not joking. They walk in here, bold as can be. Can you sell me a dozen lewds?
Can you?
Beg your pardon?
You got a supplier?
No, thank you. We're not interested.
Speak for yourself, Patricia.
Daphne?
I am the one who's got a kid on the way I'm going to have to pay for on my own.
So sit hearing about this baby.
We can have this fight on our own time, thank you. Supplier?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of drugs are we talking about?
How about the prescription kind without regulations or paperwork? I've got amphetamines, phenobarbital, everything in between.
I don't know.
Patricia? Who is the one that's always whining about the low profit margin? Huh? The least we could do is listen to the woman. Huh?
How do you do this?
No risk to you. All of the pills have been accounted for, so no one's gonna come looking for them.
Uh-huh. It's foreign stuff, right? You smuggle back in? Right?
Look, you don't need to know that.
No. I don't need to know that.
And it wouldn't be real smart of me to discuss the small strokes with you. You gonna find that necessary for us to do business, Patricia?
I could live without it.
No, I'm okay.
Good. Then you just tell me what you need. I give you a price. You give me cash, and I can have you supplied the same day.
way you worked her was terrific. You set her up so nicely with that struggling businesswoman routine, that stuff about the baby, and you let her make all the moves. Absolutely perfect. In fact, I'll probably use this tape as a training film. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Petrie, Miss Becky, nice job on backup. A good solid collar.
It was tough turning on the camera, but somebody had to do it.
You two ever get tired of life at the 14th, I'd be glad to have you in narcotics. Score one for the good guys.
Thank you, sir. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, they're really good. Great job.
Hey, hey! All right, that's it. No. Don't get up, sit down, continue with your work. We're all adults here. What, going so soon? Hi. Well, how good am I?
Real good, Cagney, real good.
What'd you expect?
A little modesty, Sergeant?
I am very modest, Petrie, on those rare occasions when I have something to be modest about. Hey, Josie.
Well done, good Cagney.
Thank you, Josie. Good eye. Thank you all. Why is the applause stopping? Thank you. I enjoyed the applause.
Thank you for gracing this humble squad room with your incredible presence.
You're welcome, welcome, welcome. I would like to take this opportunity to speak for me, myself, personally, and my partner, Detective Mary Beth Lacey. We want you all to know that we will never forget the little people who knew us when we started out. You may all applaud again. Thank you so much. So where's Rather?
Rather who?
Dan Rather.
You're not well, Christine.
Mary Beth, we are newsworthy. At least Connie Chung.
Good color, you two.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you,
They're
Lieutenant.
saying good things about you upstairs.
Oh, yeah? Like what? And by whom?
Easy, easy, Cagney. You know, 3 days minus 4 bodies made a pretty wild place around here. So I need sober heads tomorrow, you hear? Not too much celebrating tonight. Huh?
Yes.
Congratulations, Lacey.
Thank you.
Good job.
Messages. Got 2 for Cagney, nothing terrific.
What do you know?
Harvey. Harvey's obstetrician. How about your checkup? Everything moving along okay?
Everything. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yes, Becky, you must be slipping. And nothing for you, Petrie. I guess Claudia's out studying motel architecture with a night school teacher or something. Hey, something I said, it was just a joke. Well, he's so sensitive.
Wish I could say the same for you, Sergeant.
Hey, Petrie, wait a minute! Hey, he didn't know what he was talking about! Hey, come on! Hey, you don't understand! Hey, Marcus, don't be mad at me!
It's the system that allows you guys to do these kind of things. You play on people's greed to get them to commit a crime.
Yeah? I didn't hear you object when Paul Newman and Robert Redford did the same thing in The Sting.
You get inside their heads. You set them up on the right day at the right time. Gestapo tactics.
Oh, Harv, you're way off base here. She offered. We didn't ask. She offered to sell us drugs. She had a choice.
No, babe. She was headed for prison the day she made the list.
List? What list?
Government wants you, they'll get you. Daniel Ellsberg, Gene Seberg, DeLorean. It is all the same.
Harvey, I don't think that we can have this conversation.
What about those senators a few years back, huh? Abscam? What chance do they have? A guy comes up to you,
All
he
right,
says...
Harv, listen, I take your point, okay? So let's drop it.
All I am saying is the government has the power to destroy anybody they want. By the way, we're not arguing here.
Okay. You think that the government and the people I work with are out to get innocent citizens, and I do not. But we're not arguing.
Of course not.
Okay. Let's go to sleep.
Good night. Started with J. Edgar Hoover.
Oh.
Turned this country into a police
my
state.
Lord.
He did.
Been looking all over you.
from me.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So what? You're sorry. I tell you something very private, and the next thing I know, I'm hearing it back from the biggest mouth in the squad.
Look, Coleman asked me, what was wrong with you lately? Look, all I said was that Claudia was spending a lot of time in night school. That's it. That's all I said.
Even if I believed you, that's enough. You shouldn't have even said that.
It was a lucky guess, I swear it.
I can't believe I let you do this to me. Victor, you're stupid, an idiot. But I'm a bigger idiot to think that you were my friend or that I could talk to you.
Hey,
get off me! I don't like my life aired in that squad room.
If you'd have just laughed, no one would have known it was the truth. Everybody would have just thought you were laughing at one of Coleman's bad jokes.
Of course, it's my fault. You're unbelievable.
It's not what I mean. Marcus, I know I blew it. I didn't mean to, but I did, and I'm really sorry. Hell, I felt really special that you even told me. Marcus, we're friends. It's water under the bridge. It won't happen again. I give you my word on it.
I don't need your word, Victor. Because I'm putting in for a new partner tomorrow. So don't worry about it. See you, George.
Good night.
Narcotics has got your back. They turned your saleswoman around. She's going to give us a higher level dealer, and Nelman has approved it. Johnson is expecting at One Police Plaza in half hour.
I'd like to be replaced.
Why?
It's personal.
I don't want to hear personal. It ticks me off that I'm going to be shorthanded here again, and there's nothing I can do about it. How the hell do you expect me to run a precinct like this? Go!
The guy shows it to me, says, how do you like the yacht? That's not a yacht, I said. That's a canoe. I mean, I want to sleep 6 all the way to Bimini. Try the veal here, you'll love it.
No, nothing for me, thanks.
Say, this is the best Italian food in the city.
No, somehow eating with cops spoils my appetite. Have a nice day, gents.
What do you mean, cops? Come back here, will you?
What are you talking?
Mistakes.
Overkill on the money talk? Rich dealers don't have to strut it.
No, I think it was a nice setup. Mansfield doesn't deal with street soldiers.
They look like cops.
Maybe. Petrie, what do you think?
I didn't see any mistakes.
Bingo. Mansfield is shrewd. We've tried to sting him 3 times now, and every time he smelled trouble. He's very good at playing games. He'll even try to force you to entrap him.
Does he ever serve time, sir?
Not even an indictment. From pot to smack and everything in between. Maybe he's backed by the mob. Maybe he bankrolled the Benedetti murder. I don't know. He's crud, and I would love to get him. And this time, I think we've got a shot. He trusts Laura Farrell. You two are as good as I've seen, and not exactly typical-looking narcs. Lacey, the stomach, absolutely beautiful.
Thank you, sir.
Just remember, you've got to make the first move.
What are we buying?
Just pills, large quantity. This time, you'll be mini moguls from out of town. The Premier Towers. Petrie, Miss Becky, the camera and I will be here in room 907. The sting will be in 909. The camera will see through this 2-way mirror in the center of the room. Now, we're using a wide-angle lens, but you still got to try to keep the action here in this area. If you get into the bathroom, the dressing area, or at the door, you're out of frame. So try to keep it tight. Questions? Okay, folks. Showtime.
smart, Mary Beth. He's sophisticated. We can't seem too easy or he's not gonna buy it. He's sharp. We just gotta be sharper.
We will be.
It's the big time, Mary Beth. It's the fast lane.
Uh-huh.
You gotta know these kind of people. I can handle them.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
They're on the way up.
All right.
Yeah,
They're on the elevator.
on their way.
Hi, Laura.
Mary Beth. Mary Beth, Christine, Bruce.
Hello.
How do you do?
Nice to meet you.
And Don.
Thanks for stopping by.
It's my pleasure. I don't like it. It doesn't feel right.
What?
I'm not doing business today. Sorry.
Oh, wait a minute. What's the problem?
Cops. The room could be bugged. I follow my instincts. My instincts tell me no.
Wait a minute. How do we know you're not a cop? How do we know Laura here isn't an informant?
Yeah. How does one know?
The eyes. I check the eyes. A cop's eyes never rest.
Like yours?
Like yours?
There's a fine line between cops and robbers.
Right. Which side are you on?
Go to bed with me, both of you.
What is this?
Have sex with me before we do business. Then I'll know you're not cops.
I'm pregnant, mister.
Well, that leaves just you and me, kiddo.
How does having sex with us make you safe?
Precedent. U.S. versus Simpson. It's out in California. They entrapped Mr. Simpson by engaging him in sex. It's called outrageous conduct. Oh, no. No, thank you. Not today.
Wait. Bruce? Where are you going? I thought we were going to have a good time.
Okay, my place. If you want to reach me, Laura knows how to get in touch.
Bruce? Come here. Look, everybody's tense. We've been dry for a long time now. I don't even have anything for myself. And we got a score. So if I can't go home with at least some moods, we're gonna be out of business.
You broke my heart.
If that's what it takes.
You're saying that if I solve your supply problem, you and I can have a good time?
Yeah, I'd like that.
What exactly do you need?
Ups, moods, a couple of thousand more if you got it. Well, my list is inside. Can we do business?
After you.
Get him.
Yeah, let me see your list. I'm sure I can give you everything you need.
Oh, yeah, I can go 5K on the ludes and the ups.
All units, stand by.
I'm low on tranks.
When can you make delivery?
Well, if you've got the cash, I can have it for you in 15 minutes.
I got the cash.
Come on, let's move it. I'll let you Look, I'm gonna stand back there. Stand back.
This could get him into major cases easy. For a chance like that, I'd even put on a dress. And you'd probably look sensational in a pair of high heels. You remember Michelle the Magnificent? Sure you do. I talk about her all the time. To tell you the truth, the first night, didn't happen. I couldn't,
What is this, Victor? I don't want to hear this
No,
story.
I want to tell you this. Never happened to me before. She tried to be nice about it. But that made things even worse. Anyway, you can tell Cagney or Coleman or send out a newsletter if you want. I don't care. I told you the
I know
story.
why you tell this story. Because you thought it would make us even. You embarrass me, I embarrass you. Fair is fair?
Right.
Wrong. Victor... What's the use? We have different values. Interests, everything. It's a bad match, always has been.
I think you're blowing this out of proportion, Marcus.
I don't think so.
It's been 10 minutes. He's either talking or he isn't. Maybe he's trying to make up his mind. Find out what's taking so long.
Lacey, have the amniocentesis test yet?
Hey, Sergeant, that's none of your business.
Hey, just trying to be helpful.
Sergeant Coleman, I'm gonna tell you something for the last time. You keep your fat nose out of my personal life.
Hey, hang on a minute here.
No, I hate that vanilla thing in there. I told you that 100 times. And now you have the nerve to ask me if I'm gonna get a test so you can get the edge on whether it's a boy or girl? Forget it. If I have the test, that's between me, my husband, and my doctor. And if I do, I'm telling the lab I don't want to know the sex. And no matter what I do, I would never, never help you make money off of my baby.
You finished?
Yes, sir.
Well, let me tell you something here. You think I brought this up just to make a few bucks?
Why else are you bothering me?
Because when my wife and I were expecting a baby, she didn't have the test. Then when Betty was born, well, she's in a special school now. It took us a long time to find it. And she's happier there. People don't make fun of her. She's doing okay. It's just that when she was born, we weren't prepared is all.
Betty's a pretty name. That's short for Elizabeth, right? We were thinking about Elizabeth, if it's a girl. Or Muriel, maybe, which is after Hoff's mother.
It's a nice idea.
I just told your partner here the man is mute until his lawyer shows.
Parker Simonson.
One of the best. But we've got a good sting on tape. Plus, we've got a suitcase full of pills. We'll have to account for the time in the hallway, of course, but I'm sure you didn't say anything that would taint the collar. You're too smart for that.
Lieutenant, what I said in the hallway.
Cagney, you don't have to tell me what you said, not right now. Take the weekend. Think about it. Go over it between yourselves. Bring me a report on Monday. We'll get this into the grand jury by Tuesday at the latest. We made a great caller today. So whatever it takes, let's not lose him.
Fine. Thank you, Lieutenant.
Ladies.
Sergeant, we're doing the test next week.
Yeah.
I can't believe I stepped over the line like that. When I stopped him outside, I could have said something else, anything. I didn't have to initiate the deal. We're gonna have to come up with something creative on our report.
What are you talking about?
I entrapped him, Mary Beth. I was the first one to bring up the subject of drugs. We put that on the report. Mansfield walks. I'm not about to let that happen.
Oh, what are we supposed to do, lie?
It's our word against his. We're not dealing drugs. What? Come on, sometimes you gotta do whatever it takes. You know that. I'll be damned if a big-time drug dealer's gonna walk because I didn't say the magic words. You heard Lieutenant Johnson. He practically ordered us to lie if we had to.
Yeah, well, he's not going to be under oath. I can't believe he even asked us to do that. He's supposed to be our superior officer.
He's just trying to give us a little room.
Yeah, room to hang ourselves.
He's backing us up.
He's telling us to commit a crime.
Please, will you come down to earth with the rest of us? How often do you get a shot at a guy like Mansfield?
Not worth it, Chris.
Wait a minute. Mary Beth, we're doing this.
Your ego is doing all the talking here.
Give me
You're
a
thinking
break.
about promotions and commendations and having your picture in police
That isn't
magazine.
true. It is not true. Mansfield stinks, and I want him.
I want him as much as you do. But we have to start all over again. We have to admit we made a mistake.
No! We're gonna do this now, Mary Beth. Please don't fight me on this one because you can't win.
You got a hell of a nerve, lady. I make my own decisions.
Monday, I'm bringing in the paper, and it's gonna say all the right words. Now, you can either corroborate my testimony, or you can say you never heard the conversation at all. I really don't care. But if you go into the grand jury on Tuesday and call me a liar, our partnership's over.
Emotional blackmail, and I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
She does it all the time. Puts you in danger while she does a super cop number.
That's fair, Ma.
Fair
baby.
with 8. All right, your turn, kid.
Okay,
You look out for him, Harvey.
You know, you guys lie in that courtroom and get caught, the judge is gonna come down on you like a ton of bricks.
Not a chance, Harvey. Only 3 people know what was said in that hallway, and 2 of us are officers of the law.
Hey, Mom! What?
I'm watching you, sweetheart. Go ahead. That's all right. Don't worry about it. Go again.
Maybe you should call a bluff. You might be better off with another partner.
I don't want to think about that, Harvey. Anyway, she didn't mean it. Maybe she did mean it. I called her a liar in front of the grand jury. That's it. It's all over. I'm not trying to be self-righteous here, Harvey. You know,
Why?
I don't know, but... One more dealer off the street. Lord knows it couldn't hurt.
Oh, yeah? You commit perjury, Mary Beth. You go to prison.
5 is good. Good for you. Your turn, Papa.
Yeah, my turn.
What the hell does Lacey expect you to do? Let him walk? I mean, your job is to get the scum off the streets, whatever it takes.
He beat me, Charlie. He baited me, and it worked. I'm the one who blew it.
You didn't blow anything.
I knew I wouldn't get another chance.
You don't need another chance. You got him now. Draws these things. It looks like a jigsaw puzzle.
Mary Beth has to do everything by the book. Otherwise, she doesn't sleep at night.
Well, then she's in the wrong job.
Well, fine.
Listen, Chris, I used to cut corners, bend the rules. I also lied in court anytime it was necessary. We all did. I slept like a baby.
Well, things are different now, Charlie.
Oh, you can say that again. You guys aren't really cops. You're nothing but lawyers with badges.
Thank you.
The criminal justice system today stinks. I mean, even if you got a good, solid case, you don't know what's going to happen the minute you step foot in that courtroom. I'm glad I'm out of it. Don't worry about it anymore. But I'll tell you something. You better tell your partner she is not living in the real world. Give me that piece over there, will you?
Which one?
The one that fits. Give me them both.
Charlie, I don't know. Take them all. She has integrity, Pop.
Integrity is also knowing when to sidestep the rules. And if Mary Beth is a decent partner, she'll go to the wall with you. No questions asked. Hooray, it fits.
Good. You want a soda?
No, I don't want a soda. When I finish this bookshelf, I want a drink. I think you could use one, too.
Don't walk away from me. We need to talk.
We've already talked. It happened. And it's over.
But you're still punishing me.
That's not true.
The hell it isn't. I'm sorry I hurt you. I've asked for your forgiveness. What more can I do?
I don't know, Claudia. You're the one who cheated.
Oh, excuse me. I forgot I was talking to Mr. Wonderful. The guy who never makes a mistake. The perfect
Claudia.
cop. The knight in shining armor.
Claudia, shut up!
Why do I have to push you to a wall before I get your attention? Marcus, if we can't get past this, we don't have a future. You finished with arts and leisure? You still have the home living section. What about sports?
I'm sorry, sweetheart. I meant to turn it off. Go back to sleep. Put the snooze alarm on. You still got 9 minutes.
What you gonna do, babe?
I don't know yet.
Mary Beth, would you sign me in, please? Thanks.
You're wrong to put our partnership on the line over this.
Expect you to back me up, Mary Beth. If you're not willing to do it, we don't have a partnership.
A partnership is 50-50.
Right.
You owe me my share of any decision. Instead, you throw your little ultimatum in my face, and I don't like it.
All right, then I'm sorry about that, but this is not a negotiable issue for me.
Why not? Because you're afraid to admit a mistake?
No! No, please. Please, you've got to believe me. I want Mansfield, Mary Beth. I don't want Mansfield and his two hotshot rich attorneys get in a chauffeur-driven limousine and they drive off thumbing their noses at us. It makes me sick, Mary Beth.
Yes, sir.
I have a chance to get him, and I'm not going to walk away.
The one that was appointed,
I'm sorry about the ultimatum. I'm a pushy broad.
True.
Look, if you want to say you never heard the conversation between Mansfield and me in the hallway, I'll understand.
But I did. No, I'm gonna do it, God help me. Okay, I have to type up the damn report. You want to tell me what lie I'm... Morning, sir.
Morning.
I'm swearing, too.
Petrie, it's Becky. Come on in. What's this all about?
Did you read it? Self-explanatory.
Yeah, of course I read it. But I'm not going to give you a new partner without some good reasons. Did you know about this?
Yeah.
Well? Huh? Talk to me. Somebody. I'm listening.
It's my fault, Lieutenant. I betrayed his trust, and it wasn't the first time. To tell you the truth, I haven't been much of a partner at all. I'm always late with my paperwork. He usually has to clean up behind me on the street. Bottom line is, he's been holding me up for a long time now.
All right, Victor, don't go overboard. He's a good cop, and we've shared the load pretty evenly. The problem is that we're not compatible. I think we'd both be better off with new partners.
You got problems at home, Petrie?
What would make you think that, Lieutenant?
Because you've been walking around here eating up the furniture for about the past month now.
You're telling me you didn't hear about it?
What, I missed a juicy bit of gossip or something? Maybe I ought to come out of the office more often. Look, I'm not about to split up one of my best teams without a fight. Now, we all know that you can be extremely obnoxious from time to time and that you're too sensitive for your own good. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. I want to hear everything. I want to hear every beef you got between yous right here and now. And if we can't find a way to mend fences before this is over, and we're not leaving here until it is, then I'll grant your request. All right, you go first, Becky.
Lieutenant.
I'm not fooling around here.
I don't have a beef with him.
Gotta be something.
He's perfect. The guy is perfect.
And that bothers you?
Yeah. Yeah, it does bother me. You're always so perfect. And you don't mind letting me know that you know it. You don't say it, though. And that's what really irks me. You got an attitude, Petrie. A real attitude.
What the hell is wrong with trying to be perfect?
Sometimes you're not even human.
As defined by you, Victor? What do you know about human? You do all your thinking with your glands.
Okay, this is good.
And I'm tired of your rooster stories. You're never on time. You always complain. Victor, you talk too much, and I'm sick of it.
I told you I was sorry.
And that's supposed to solve everything.
What am I supposed to do?
Keep your sorry and get out of my face. Is that human enough for you, Victor?
This is very good.
Yeah, Petrie, you want to go at it? Let's go at it.
Come ahead now. I'm right here.
Lovely day for a hearing.
You nervous?
A little. I didn't sleep last night.
Are you expecting sympathy?
I'm doing the right thing, Mary Beth. This one is worth it.
Yeah.
We don't do this now. Mansfield goes back out on the street.
Enough, okay? I'm gonna do it.
Mary Beth, thank you.
Good looking suit, Christine.
Before I open the briefcase, I want to see the money.
We'll do it at the same time. I'll show you mine, you show me yours.
Oh, ladies, that shade of green is my favorite color. Donald will want 5,000 lewds, 3,500 of the barbs. What is this?
Bruce, you should have trusted your instincts. You've just been immortalized on videotape.
Mr. Mansfield, you're under arrest.
Wow, that's incredible. It's incredible. You can stop it now, John. Incredible. I haven't seen anything that good on television since The Untouchables. Anybody like Elliot Ness? I loved Elliot Ness. Okay, Mr. Ackerman. Your side is going to tell us what happened in the hallway, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor. Sergeant Cagney spoke with Mr. Mansfield in the hallway and can tell us what transpired.
Well, by God, John, on your feet. Get over there and put the lady under oath. This is exciting.
Raise your right hand. Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You can sit down again, Sergeant. This is informal.
Thank you, Your Honor. After Mr. Mansfield walked out of the room, I decided to give it another try, as you saw on the videotape.
When I caught up with him in the hallway, I said to him, "Please wait." He turned and sort of smiled at me. Then he walked over towards me. And at that time, I said, "I wish you wouldn't go." It was obvious he was playing games with me.
Objection, Your Honor. That is pure conjecture.
Oh, come on, Mr. Parker. This isn't a trial. Sit down, take a load off. You'll live longer. Go on, Sergeant.
Anyway, Mr. Mansfield said to me, "You're pretty hyper, aren't you?" I said, "Sometimes." He said, "Well, you need to relax. You need a lewd, don't you?" "I've got lots of lewds." And I said, "So I understand." He then smiled again. He said, "I bet if I solve your supply problem, you and I could have a good time." And I said, "I'd like that." At that time, he asked me what it was I needed. And I told him I needed a couple of thousand lewds and some ups. And then I pretended that I couldn't remember the rest. And I said that I'd left my shopping list inside. He then laughed and he said, "What the hell? I know you're not cops. I just like to test people. We'll do business, then you and I can have some fun." At that point, we all went back into the room.
That's a nice story, Sergeant. Well told and concise. Now, you're telling us here that Mr. Mansfield initiated the actual drug deal, even though he had previously expressed an aversion to doing business with you. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
I see. Fine. Thank you, Sergeant.
Your Honor, my client has an entirely different version of that story.
I would hope so, Mr. Parker. I think a 30-minute recess would be pleasant right about now. When we come back, Mr. Mansfield will have a chance to enthrall us. Mr. Ackerman, I would like to see you and your group in my chambers, and Mr. Parker, you can come too. No offense, Mr. Ackerman, but you gotta walk a country mile to believe this lady's story. Even if I do, who's to say a jury will?
We've got a very strong case, Your Honor.
Predicated on the assumption that our bright young sergeant here didn't make the first move and entrap Pretty Boy. And from where I'm sitting, that's practically impossible to believe. Are you that good, Sergeant?
I don't know, Your Honor. I only knew that I couldn't be the first one to bring up the subject of drugs or deal-making. That would have tainted the collar.
Let me tell you something. Right now, you have the luxury of my ear. This could be considered a misinterpretation of facts. But if you go back into that hearing room and stick to this story, I expect Mr. Parker is going to land on you so hard you'll have to reach up to tie your shoe.
Harder.
And feeling the way I do right now, I'll probably help you.
With all due respect, Your Honor, sometimes truth is stranger than fiction.
Oh, I know.
We also have the corroborating testimony of Detective Lacey.
Ah, okay. You heard the exchange, Detective?
Yes, sir.
And you heard Mansfield initiate the deal?
Yes, sir. He brought it up.
What exactly did he say?
He said exactly what my partner testified that he said, sir.
I want to hear you say it. But before you continue, do you realize the dire consequences if I find out you're bending the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, little lady. Let's hear it.
Mr. Mansfield walked out of the room. And my partner and I looked at each other. And she went after him. And she said, "I wish you would not leave." And then Mr. Mansfield said, "You're pretty hyper, aren't you?" And Sergeant Cagney said, "Sometimes." And Mr. Mansfield said, "You need to relax. You need a lewd, don't you?" "I have lots of lewds." And
Your Honor, I would like it if Detective Lacey would not continue with her story.
Talk to me, Blondie. It's now or never.
I initiated the deal, Your Honor. I pushed my partner into backing my story up. It is my fault.
You wear a badge, so you're above the law.
No, Your Honor.
Then what the hell did you think you were doing coming into my courtroom and lying? I know it makes you crazy sometimes. We expect you to rid the street of drug dealers, and then we handcuff you with a lot of stupid little word games, but that's the way it is. And if you can't stand the heat, get the hell out of the kitchen. I'm angry now, and I don't like to get angry. Life's too short. don't know what to do with you two. Other than give you a good sharp slap on the wrist. What I should do is send you back to history class to learn something about America. I'll leave the rest of your punishment to the department. I will grant Mr. Parker's motion to suppress, which means you don't have a case. Miss Sleazebag walks.
Look at this here.
I was wrong about everything.
Yeah.
And I blew the collar. Sergeant Hotshot sure got her wings clipped, didn't she?
Yeah.
Lieutenant Johnson didn't exactly rush to our rescue.
Did you expect him to?
Well, yeah. I didn't expect an oral reprimand. Not from him.
Chris, the man may have hinted at lying, but he didn't actually say it. He didn't entrap us.
Mary Beth, what now? Huh? Where do we go from here?
I don't know, partner. There is a dope dealer out there. He's about 6 feet tall, 250 pounds. He wears a pinky ring. He's a real virus. And it's not like we'd have to look too hard to find him. A little surveillance, maybe. Catch him with the goods. If you're game.
Hi, ladies. Take a pamphlet.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
You know, I've never even been to the Statue of Liberty. I've lived in this city most of my life.
Oh, I can't wait till they get her all dialed up so Bob and I can take the boys back out there. They loved it the first time. Did you ever take that little boat around the island? That's good, too.
Yeah?
You should do it, Christine.
Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I will.
I didn't know your niece was coming for a visit. Neither did I. What are you doing here?
I'm staying with a friend.
Your friend's a boy?
He's a man. Pete and I live together.
What do you do when one of your kids springs a big surprise on you?
My kids aren't old enough for that yet.
Why do you hate it that I want to be like you?
I don't. Bridget is a very stubborn child.
A niece of yours? You're kidding. I am trying to help you, damn it.
I don't want your help. I don't need your help.
I don't know what to do. Everything I think of seems wrong.
Welcome to parenthood.
Drop that token.
The man in his 60s. The car matches her description. All I'm saying is, Lieutenant's gonna want a positive ID. So we'll take Mr. Sikorsky to the morgue. I'm not the one you have to convince, Christine. Small caliber bullet back of the head. It's a dead giveaway, if you'll pardon the pun.
Not your average homicide. What is?
You can look it up. Los Angeles has more beautiful women per square inch than any other city in America.
I didn't know your niece was coming for a visit. Neither did I.
You know, ever since Duke Wayne died, I've had this connection to the West.
Sometimes he even goes to Central Park just to smell the horses.
And Chris!
Hi. Hey.
How are you, Mrs. Lacey?
I'm fine. How are you? What are you doing here?
I think she's dressing up the place.
Well, it's about time somebody did. Somehow I feel the two of you have not solved all the crime in New York.
I think that's a gentle hint from our sergeant to get back to work. It was a real pleasure.
Well, let's talk horses sometime, okay?
It must be fun working with those guys.
Fun, yeah. Three-letter word doesn't describe it. What are you doing here?
When you came to L.A., you told me I should travel more, remember?
Is this it?
I'm staying with a friend.
Why didn't Brian tell me you were coming? I could have gotten tickets to a show and stuff.
Listen, I got to meet my friend in about 20 minutes, but we wanted to know if you would have dinner with us tonight.
Let me take you two out to dinner.
Nope, it's all settled. Dinner with us at 7:30.
Okay.
Great. Okay, well, the address is 617 Barrow Street.
All right.
That is in the village.
Right.
Number 5.
Okay.
So I'll see you tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Oh, Gus, it's good to see you.
Oh.
Be careful out there.
Oh, and Chris, you know how my dad is, and I didn't want him to worry, so I told him I was staying with you.
Bridget. Christine, we have a message here. Mrs. Sikorsky, she wants to know if we found out anything about her husband. Mrs. Sikorsky, is this your husband? Is this Matthew Thomas Sikorsky?
Yes, it's my father. Mama. Mom.
Very sorry. Sikorsky had to be into something, Mary Beth. Mobsters only kill each other.
He was murdered. Doesn't automatically make him dirty.
And one we find he was.
Just because he was in a union?
Matt Sikorsky led his local. He had a lot of power.
And a clean reputation.
I'm telling you, we can link Sikorsky to organized crime. First, we've got to find out what they had on it.
Can we start first thing in the morning?
Fine.
Fine? You're not going to huck me to work late?
I'll even finish the DD5 on Sikorsky.
Why?
Because tonight, I think you should be home on time.
Why?
Because there's a surprise waiting.
You know how I feel about surprises, like surprise baby showers.
Mary Beth, you've been talking about your mother-in-law being sick and how you and Harvey have been running yourself ragged between the baby and the work.
Yeah?
Well, I missed your birthday last year, and you wanted me to buy the baby many presents, and, well, after all, she is my namesake.
What exactly are you trying to tell me here, Christine?
I am trying to tell you that you, Mary Beth Lacey, are the lucky recipient for the next week of a genuine English nanny. My treat.
A nanny?
Audrey Lancaster, NBNA.
Excuse me?
NBNA, National British Nannies Association.
Oh, Mary Beth Lacey, NYPD.
Oh, yes, your husband told me you were a police officer. What an exciting occupation.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Mrs. Lancaster came over right after you left this morning. I thought it must be some mistake.
She's a present from Christine.
Yeah, I called the agency and found out. How about that, huh?
What is that you're feeding her?
It's my own special recipe. Whole wheat cereal, pureed prunes, and a touch of arrowroot for the digestion.
Oh, she never had arrowroot before, and prunes are not her favorite.
Well, she seems quite pleased with it, Mrs. Lacey.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, sweetheart.
You were right, Mrs. Lancaster. It was the square, the hypotenuse.
Well, of course it was, Harvey. Geometry is simply a matter of logic.
Well, I guess I better start dinner.
Well, I'm not hungry, Mom.
Me neither. Mrs. Lancaster made us tea.
A cup of tea wrecked your appetite.
Yeah, it's what you call English high tea, Mary Beth. Tons of stuff to eat.
Like the army, a family marches on its stomach, and a good nanny makes sure everyone is well fed.
How come you never make scones, Mom?
Because I'm not exactly sure what scones are, Michael.
My dad called you? He called you at the police station?
I would have called him if he hadn't.
What'd he say?
He was not thrilled.
He said I could go to New York.
Mm-hmm. This summer with your mother.
With my mother. When you were my age, you were in Paris by yourself.
Yeah, well, I made the mistake of bringing that up, too.
It's not costing him anything. I'm spending my own money.
Bridget, your father is upset because you left without talking to him.
I left him a note. He didn't want to listen to anything I had to say.
So I gathered. So I told him to use the time you're here to cool off. And then when you go back, you two can straighten everything out.
I'm not going back. I'm not going back to L.A.
Well, Bridget, you can't stay with your friend forever.
Pete and I live together.
Your friend's a boy?
He's a man.
Well, you're 11 years old, for God's sake.
And Chris, come on. Besides, you're the one that got us together. Got me the wetsuit. I went surfing down at Balboa, and Pete's band was playing a gig down there. Sort of zoned in on each other. If a visit freaks my dad out, can you imagine what he'd say if I lived here?
How long did you plan on keeping this from him?
Well, I know he's going to find out eventually, but when he sees how happy we are, he's going to have to change his mind.
I don't think this is the best way to guarantee it.
I appreciate your advice, Aunt Chris. I really do. It's just, I think it's time I start making my own decisions.
Hi.
Hi.
What's going on?
Good session?
Yeah. It's okay. We still need a drummer who can stay in the groove.
This is my Aunt Chris I was telling you about. This is Pete.
Hi, Pete.
Yeah, hi, Chris.
We invited her to dinner, remember?
Look, I had Pete's at the studio. Eddie and Steve are coming over to rehearse.
Oh, no problem. We don't take up much space, do we?
Hey, Bridget, we really got to get this song written. I mean, we got to do some serious jamming.
Listen, if this is a bad time for me to be here...
Oh, no.
It's no problem, honest.
No. Can we talk a minute? Don't be unreasonable. Come on.
Unreasonable? It's my place.
You said you wanted me here.
I do. Till you can get a job, get a place of your own.
I thought we were going to talk about that. Aunt Chris.
Yeah.
Look, I'm sorry. Maybe tonight isn't a good time for dinner. Could we do it another time?
Sure. Yeah.
I'll call you later, okay?
All right.
I thought we were going to talk about this.
I was real upfront with you, Bridget. It's not like we're living together.
Mrs. Sikorsky, did your husband like gambling?
No.
Did he have any big debts? Was he an alcoholic?
No.
Or used drugs?
Why are you asking these questions?
We understand that this is difficult, ma'am, but we're interested in anybody that might have been pressuring your husband.
Blackmailing him.
Let me tell you something. My Matt was a decent man. He wasn't a saint, but he never did any of those things you're talking about.
Well, he may not have wanted to tell you.
My husband was murdered. Somehow, to you, that makes him guilty.
Sergeant, please. My mother's been through enough.
We're doing our job, Mrs. Sikorsky.
I'd like to lie down.
Just take it easy.
I'm afraid you'll have to talk to her when she's feeling better.
The son is very protective of the mother. Looks like a close-knit family. Congratulations. After lunch, I want to check Sikorsky's finances. Okay, what do you want to eat? Deli or the falafel stand? Oh, I've got to meet you back at the station. I'm taking Bridget to lunch. Oh, is everything all right? Yeah, it's fine. Mary Beth, what do you do when one of your kids springs a big surprise on you? How big? Major. My kids aren't old enough for that yet, thank God. Let me tell you, you're in for something. Taxi! I kind of had the plaza in mind. It would have been my treat.
This is better. I can't see New York from a restaurant. I like being in the middle of things.
Oh, you came to the right place.
Pete comes here a lot with a band. Says it puts them in touch.
Okay. So, are we going to talk?
Absolutely. I need your advice.
Sure, go ahead.
I can't decide if I should go to the Whitney first, the Museum of Modern Art, and Pete says the view from the World Trade Center is really awesome.
Speaking of Pete,
I know what you're going to say. You didn't exactly get a great first impression of him last night, but Pete's going to be a big star. He's just got a lot of heavy stuff going down now.
Bridget, I couldn't help overhearing what you two were saying last night.
Okay. So a relationship scares him a little. Guys are like that.
Has he ever said how he feels about you?
Look. Pete loves me. He wants us to live together. He just hasn't realized it yet.
Well, what if it doesn't dawn on him in the near future?
Oh, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
I used to say that a lot, too. But, you know, it isn't quite that easy.
I'm doing okay so far. I think I'd take after you.
Me? Come on.
I mean, you went to Paris for school, but you stayed because you were in love, didn't you?
Well, that was part of it.
And you handled it fine all by yourself. It was no big deal.
I don't know if fine is the right word. There were other circumstances, Bridget, and it was a different time.
All right, man!
Come on, this is gonna be rad.
Sikorsky, S-I-K-O-R-S-K-I. We need it as soon as possible.
You got it, Detective.
Thank you. How was lunch?
Loud. Damn it, Newman. Don't you ever stop acting like a hot dog.
Never. You want to get together and talk about buns?
Don't press. All right, Newman? I'm not in the mood.
Alas, neither am I, but I have something hot for you, Cagney, besides my body.
Excuse me? Certainly not your mind.
I just broke the Mannheim case. Please, no applause. My informant also has something very interesting about a man named Sikorsky.
Well, well. Things are looking up.
You only think so, Smiley. Tell them what you told me.
Hey, we made a deal about Mannheim, nothing else.
Think of it as raising your line of credit. You're overdrawn, Smiley.
3 days ago, I overheard a couple of dudes talking. They were talking about how they got paid to off this guy. Some hard case named, Sikorsky.
Exactly where did you hear this conversation?
Well, the shooting gallery on Avenue B.
These people you overheard, they were junkies?
Well, what do you think, lady?
I think junkies are not your most reliable source.
Hey, look, lady. All I know is what I heard, okay? These big-time operators paid these dudes major bucks to make the hit. And they had to supply the gun.
These dudes. Did they say what it was? A 45?
No. Oh, that's my luck. No, they talked about a 22.
Good evening, Mrs. Lacey. I hope you've had a pleasant day.
Fine, thanks. Can I come in? Where is everybody?
Well, the boys were perfect angels and went to the market for me. And Mr. Lacey and Alice Katrina having a nap in the other room.
Oh. Gee, what's cooking?
Well, Mr. Lacey seemed so tired that I said I'd prepare supper for him before I left. It's Lancashire hot pot, bubble and squeak, and Bakewell tart.
Beg pardon?
Lamb stew, cabbage and potatoes, and pudding for dessert.
Oh? Sounds delicious.
Well, I'd better be on my way.
Oh, no, don't rush off. We could have a chat. Sit down. I'll make you some tea.
Thank you.
Low tea.
Oh.
So, you're from England.
That's right.
I always wanted to see Westminster Abbey. And the Tower of London.
Well, they're really rather damp, actually.
Which part are you from?
I beg your pardon?
Which part of England did you grow up in?
Oh, my family came from Suffolk. But of course, I've lived on many estates as nanny to noble families.
No kidding. Which ones?
Well, a complete resume is available at the employment agency. But I'm proud to say that my last post was with the Countess of Hargraves. And before that, I raised the children of the Earl of Nottingham.
Oh, where do they live?
In Nottingham.
Of course. Nottingham.
Hum.
Hum.
Could you please tell me, what is it that bothers you about her?
I don't know. I mean, she's very nice, and Lord knows she's terrific with the kids.
Yeah, so?
Something is not right.
Could you give me a hint?
Okay. The way she does things for you and me, she sometimes straightens up even when the kids didn't make the mess. She cooks.
That's bad.
In England, a nanny takes care of children. She's not a cook, and she's not a maid. I saw it on Masterpiece Television.
That's it. That's why you think Mrs. Lancaster isn't kosher.
It's a feeling, Harvey. I mean, I'd worry about anybody that was looking after our baby.
You know what I think, Mary Beth? I think you've been a cop too long. I think you are suspicious of everybody. Yesterday you come home and you tell me Matt Sikorsky was dirty, a man I never heard a bad word about in 15 years.
I said maybe.
And then you come up with the idea that this nanny is Dillinger.
I didn't say the nanny was Dillinger. I said something about her bothers me.
Good night, Mary Beth.
Yeah.
How did it end with Bridget?
Damned if I know. All she wanted to do was talk about museums.
Interesting. What did you do?
What could I do? I recommended the Rembrandt sketches at the Met.
Cagney, I love two things about you. Your grace under pressure and your water pressure.
It's very funny coming from a man who's all wet with no clothes on.
If you had any class, you'd get in here with me. Cagney, you are one classy broad.
New York's finest.
Sorry to bother you so late. I need a place to crash.
Morning.
Hi.
How are you?
Terrific. The platters, they're really a trip. Oh, I made some herbal tea if you want some.
I don't have any herbal tea.
Well, you do now. I had some with me.
Want to talk about it?
I'm fine. But I am sorry I messed up your date.
Oh, David and I will survive. I wasn't too sure about you last night.
Well, you win some, you lose some. Pete kind of got rained out. So, the want ads are definitely the best cure.
What ads?
Well, I'm not qualified for much besides waitressing, but if I make enough good tips, I can put some away each week towards my own apartment.
Here in New York?
Well, I probably can't afford Manhattan, but one of the guys in Pete's band told me that Brooklyn and New Jersey are cheaper, so I wouldn't have to stay with you for more than a couple months.
Bridget, I don't think you thought this thing out.
I know it's an inconvenience, but I'd be happy to help with the cooking and I'd be happy to pay rent.
Matter of an inconvenience, honest. What about your parents? You haven't called them.
Well, I'll have to get used to the idea. New York is where I should be right now.
So what, you giving up Stanford altogether?
I know I'm doing the right thing. Getting out on my own. It's the same thing you did, Aunt Chris.
Oh, gosh.
Do you want to use the bathroom first?
No, go ahead.
Thanks. I want to look good for the job market.
I think it's an excellent idea.
Don't ask.
This is D&B on the Sikorsky case. You want to stick your teeth into this?
No major creditors?
He and Mrs. Sikorsky owned their own apartment. They had savings in cash and bonds and his pension from the union.
So comfortable, but not rich.
Looks like a dead end, Chris. Sikorsky wasn't selling dope.
Two junkies were paid to hit him, execution style. It's a warning to other dealers. Sikorsky probably did business in cash. Just makes it harder, that's all. How's it going with the nanny?
Fine, Christine. A very generous present. Thank you.
I loved Mrs. Twombly. That was my nanny.
Alice seems to like Mrs. Lancaster, too.
Things are so uncomplicated at that age.
How's your niece enjoying New York? It's a little different than palm trees and freeways, right?
Me and my new roommate.
Bridget is staying with you now?
Isn't that wonderful? The family's getting closer all the time.
Tell me.
Believe me, there wasn't a guy in the union that didn't look up to Matt Sikorsky. I'm telling you, you're wasting your time looking for dirt on this guy.
So we've heard. We'd like to look anyway.
Well, be my guest, but I'm telling you, you won't find anything. Not a thing.
Most of these are thank you letters for favors he did people.
I bet the Godfather gets a lot of those, too.
Nobody seems to have held a grudge against him, Christine.
Maybe they didn't put it in writing, Mary Beth.
There wasn't anything in the checking account either. No large amounts of cash, no nothing.
Sikorsky could have had other accounts.
All I'm saying is maybe we're barking up the wrong tree here.
Newman's source knew the name of the target, plus the type of gun that was used in the hit, which was not in the papers.
Newman's source could have still been mistaken.
This could mean he wasn't.
What?
Application for a loan from the Union Pension Fund dated 2 weeks before Sikorsky died. Okay?
Okay.
$20,000. Brad Sikorsky needed cash, probably to pay off his drug suppliers. He had a bad habit. It was expensive.
Wait a minute. The man was over 60 years of age. I don't buy a coke habit.
Okay, maybe he got ripped off. Maybe he was dealing, got burned.
Sikorsky get his loan?
It came through the day before he turned up missing, sir. The wife knows nothing about it. It's not in any of their bank accounts.
No, you're going to have to come up with more than that, Cagney.
Well, we have another idea, Lieutenant. It's a long shot, but we want to go to the Hall of Records and check to see if Sikorsky had mortgaged any property, and if so, who held the liens. And the computers don't always come up with that information.
Dealers have set up dummy corporations before, so your real estate's a lot safer than cash.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's a long shot, Cagney, but... Cagney.
Yeah, would you excuse me just 1 minute, Lieutenant?
We were thinking, sir, if it's all right with
I
you,
haven't
we'd like to
got
get
all
down there
day.
this afternoon.
Roommates are no problem.
What's happening?
Nothing. We were just discussing apartments. I may have a lead for Bridget through a friend of mine.
Unless cockroaches are your favorite pets, I would suggest you pass.
Cagney, it is a dynamite place, low cost, high ceilings. There's a fireplace.
If you show up on real estate, Newman, maybe you don't have enough to do.
He's looking at you, kid.
Nice sweater.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know I should have asked before I borrowed it. I wanted to look good for Pete.
I thought you and Pete had broken up.
We might be seeing each other again.
You look very happy about it.
My dad called. We had a big fight. All he can do is yell at me.
Bridget, he's worried about you.
He acts like I'm 2 years old. I hate it. I'm never gonna talk to him again.
Cagney, I don't have all day. I got a meeting with Nelman.
I'll be right there, Lieutenant. Why don't I show you where the ladies' room is?
Oh, no, I'll be okay. I didn't know you were so busy.
Bridget, look, I'll talk to you later, all right?
Chris, you gotta call my dad. He said he was gonna come to New York and get me. You gotta talk him out of it.
Cagney!
Thank you, Aunt Chris. I'll see you tonight.
The lien holder should be listed under the buyer on the deed. We file chronologically, not alphabetically.
Great. Just great.
Don't blame me, sweetheart. I only work here.
Are you saying that we have to go through the records year by year and then do the same with every other county we want to check?
You got it, but not today. It's 4:30.
What? You saying we have to come back here tomorrow?
Ain't life a bear? Good night.
Hi.
Hi.
I know it's a disaster area. I really spread out when I cook. But I'm great at cleaning up. It's a thank you dinner because you have been so great.
No, I haven't.
Oh, guess what? I talked to Granddad.
Oh, Charlie.
You were right. He's fantastic. He wants to show me all around New York and and he said I could crash on his sofa whenever I got on your nerves.
Thank you.
So, what did my dad have to say?
I didn't call him.
Oh, right. Well, the rates are cheaper now. You can still reach him at his office.
I'm not going to call him, Bridget.
Well, why not?
I'm not going to run interference for you.
I thought you were on my side.
Bridget, you came to New York with this kind of romantic idea that you wanted to do what I did. And it's not...
You didn't want anybody telling you what to do.
But you're running away. And you're mad at your father, and you...
You were mad at your mother. That's what my dad said. That's why you left.
My loss.
Didn't get along with my dad either.
My loss. But we're talking about you. Now, you say you want to be independent. You don't have a job. You don't have any money. You have a boyfriend who may or may not want to live with you. And you want me to call your father and explain that?
I told you, he won't listen to me.
Do you listen to him? He cares about you, Bridget. He just doesn't want to see you hurt.
You sound just like him. Nothing I do is good enough. I guess I'm just a screw-up all the way around.
Not true. You're scared, and I understand
You don't understand anything. You're just like my parents. Do as I say, not as I do.
I am trying to help you, damn it.
I don't want your help. I don't need your help.
What are you doing?
I'm going to stay with Charlie till I can get my own place.
Who the hell you are?
The hell I'm not.
You walk out that door, young lady.
Oh, Mrs. Lacey, I thought you'd left already.
I got a little extra time this morning. I'm meeting my partner downtown. Oh. You know, you have been so good with Michael, helping him with his reading and all. He asked me to take him down to the library last night so he could get another one of those Rudyard Kipling books. I was waiting for him to pick out the one he wanted, and I got a little curious. So I looked up the Earl of Nottingham. I think his kids must have been a little old for you to take care of. Since the last Earl of Nottingham died in 1858, there wasn't any Countess of Hargrave either.
Oh, Mrs. Lacey, I'm so ashamed. I've never done anything like this in my life.
Oh, Lord. Here, have a tissue.
Oh, thank you. A good nanny always has her own hanky.
You've been taking care of our daughter under false pretenses, Mrs. Lancaster, and I would like to know exactly why.
I meant no harm, Mrs. Lacey. Really, I didn't. Oh, I can show you all the references you like, all perfectly genuine. But they're not from the peerage.
What is that, some kind of nanny clearinghouse?
The peerage is the British nobility, and I'm afraid I've never worked for them. I cared for the children of businessmen and the professional classes.
So why did you tell me you worked for an earl?
Well, if you'll forgive me for saying so, Mrs. Lacey, most Americans are snobs. And I was told they would never hire a woman of my age unless she had been nanny to the nobility. I apologize for any inconvenience I may have caused you, and I fully understand that you'll want to give me the sack.
What sack?
Terminate my employment.
Oh, well. I don't think we have to go that far. You do have references.
Oh, yes.
And you've only got 2 days left anyways.
You're really very kind, Mrs. Lacey.
Besides, Alice is getting quite attached to you. And no wonder. You're wonderful with her. I maybe could write a recommendation myself. I mean, we're not exactly royalty here, but the New York City Police Department should stand for something.
I don't know what to say.
You don't have to say anything, ma'am.
Ma'am is for the Queen, Mrs. Lacey. Why don't you just call me Audrey?
Only if you'll call me Mary Beth. So, be my guest, Audrey.
With pleasure. Mary Beth.
So I followed her to the elevator and gave her cab fare. I told her she'd take the subway over my dead body. It's not funny, Mary Beth. Bridget is a very stubborn child.
A niece of yours? You're kidding.
Then she writes me a check for the cab fare. Plus, quote, anything else of mine she may have used inadvertently, unquote.
Yeah, Harvey Jr. once wrote up a paper saying he was tired of doing his chores and we should hire a maid and he would pay us back when he graduated college.
This is a little more serious than that.
Yeah, I know. Did she get to Charlie's okay?
Oh, fine. She's already got him eating out of her hand. And there's Brian. He may show up at any minute.
You gonna call him?
I don't know what to do. Everything I think of seems wrong.
Welcome to parenthood.
Pay dirt, Mary Beth. Over here, look. Look. March 1981, Sikorsky bought an office building on the east side under the name of Sitcorp. He bought another one in July, downtown. That's where he's hiding his drug profits. Has to be.
You must be mistaken. You think I wouldn't know if my husband bought a building?
Your name was listed as an officer of Sitcorp. Your husband invested hundreds of thousands of dollars under that name, didn't he?
We never had that kind of money. My God, you can see how we live.
Your husband mortgaged over $500,000 worth of the corporation's property. Do you know why?
I don't know about any corporation.
You denied before that your husband had a drug habit. Are you sure that that was the truth, ma'am?
Yes. I lived with a man for 30 years. He loved me. He didn't lie to me.
Then you must have known he was dealing drugs.
No. Matt would never touch that poison.
Sergeant, I don't like this.
Well, we either have to do it here or downtown, Mr. Sikorsky. Who's your husband working for?
He worked for his union. Nobody else.
Mrs. Sikorsky, we need your help to find your husband's associates, ma'am.
I don't know what you're talking about, and I have told you that already.
Come on. It's all right. Just take it easy.
Mr. Sikorsky, we don't like asking these.
Then stop it! Just stop it! Who do you think you are? Who the hell do you think you are? We're citizens. We pay taxes. We have rights in this country. I mean, this is not some banana republic, is it? You can't come in here and push my mother around like this. I have friends, you know, high up, very high up, and I can have your job so fast, lady, your head's gonna spin. You hear me? You think you know everything? No, you don't know anything. My father dealing drugs is the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. Drugs? My father? My father was the greatest guy in the world. The greatest guy in the world.
So what do you think? My father was someone who was keying snow?
We never considered you, Mr. Sikorsky.
You set up that phony corporation, not your father.
All he did was borrow $20,000 to get you out of trouble. You probably never even told him what it was for.
You must have been working for some big-time dope dealers for them to put out a contract on you.
They killed your father by mistake, didn't they? Right after he gave you the money to pay them back.
That's crazy.
Is it?
Yes.
No.
No. It's the truth, isn't it? Someone else pulled the trigger, but you killed him. His own son. Oh,
by mistake.
Yes, sir. The son was the one who was dealing dope, and Junior owed the bosses a lot of money.
And that's why he borrowed $20,000? Huh? To get his kid out of trouble?
Too late, though. The hit had already been set. They just got the wrong Sikorsky.
I want to read that report as soon as possible.
Yes, sir.
Lieutenant.
You want to sign this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We got the names from Robert Sikorsky. We'll get those viruses that killed his father.
Keep seeing the look on the mother's face.
Yeah.
Think you know your kid, and he turns out to be a stranger.
It's a nightmare parents have.
There's not much paperwork left here. I'm gonna take off early, okay?
That's okay by me.
thought Charlie forgot his key.
Thanks, I'd love to come in.
Charlie went to get some Chinese food. He'll be back in a few minutes.
Look, I don't know whether or not you believe me, but I care about you. Now, I may not be very good at this, but I think you owe me a shot. You're right. We are exactly alike. You're just as pig-headed as I was. Bridget, I like my life, and I like the choices that I've made. But you got the wrong idea if you think that everything was perfect. I made mistakes, and they were big ones. If you quote me on that, I'll say you lied. I didn't think I could talk to my mother, so I went off to Paris. And if I could go back and change that, Bridget, I would.
Charlie was showing me pictures of her. And you. Why do you hate it that I want to be like you?
I don't. I like it. But you can't live my life. And you can't run away from yours.
I hated Stanford. I'm not going back.
Well, then make another choice. Get a job. Earn the money to travel. But do it because you want something. Not because you're running away.
I can just see you trying to tell that to my father. He expects too much.
I used to think that my mother expected too much, too. Christine, you are not living up to your potential. Sound familiar?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that she did that because she loved me. Only I didn't realize it until after she died. Your father is a very kind man when you get to know him. And I think that you love him a lot.
I do. Love him. It's just that I don't want to give in.
But it isn't giving in. It's growing up, I think.
I'm sorry I lost my temper.
It's okay. It's hereditary.
I'm gonna miss you when I go back.
I'm gonna miss you, too. I've gotten kind of used to having you around.
I didn't drive you crazy.
I didn't say that. But I'll miss you.
Don't worry. I'll be back.
Okay. Mansfield tried to kill me.
Everybody in this job is a target.
I'll hurt you in ways you never dreamed of. How much time did this guy get?
He's out.
I wouldn't do it, Chris, unless I really felt I had to.
I did not threaten him.
When I come to you with something important, all I get from you is me.
This is not Dodge City.
Until somebody aims a gun and pulls a round off at your head, you never will.
You busted me.
He stabbed you!
A player never gives anything away unless the payoff is worthwhile.
He's dead because of your client.
Sergeant Cagney, please, control yourself.
Coleman, meet the scourge of Central Park.
This little pishika here is 61 purse snatchings in 3 weeks?
Yeah, and only working after school.
Faverty,
Yeah?
keep an eye on young Dillinger here. I'll phone Juvenile and make a reservation.
Messages?
Yeah, guardian angel of the guilty code.
David Keeler's got principles, Coleman, something that, of course, is totally foreign to you.
Wrong, Cagney. I had a great one in the 7th grade. Mr. Gargilio.
Can you check my messages?
This is bull. This bozo here says that Wired Up had to think about his mother.
Your cowboy course sounds like complicated stuff.
Oh, they were complicated men.
Any of them making it with their school mom?
Hey, me and Ginger have something that's very pure.
Really?
And has nothing to do with Thursday's final.
Or the fact that she's grading it.
Well, another night of frozen gourmet and basketball.
What happened to dinner with David?
Go on. He's doing a favor for an old law professor. Listen, I haven't seen the Villa Lacey yet. What do you say I come out after dinner tonight? I'll bring Napoleon some Andres.
Oh, gee, Chris, that'd be great. Only Harp and I are having a little celebration. He got that remodeling contract, the whole floor of dental offices.
Enough said.
And Muriel and I sent the kids over to her place so that he and I could be alone together.
I understand. Tell Harvey I said congratulations.
Yeah, but any other time, Christina. Tomorrow, maybe.
Whenever. Just tell Harvey I sent my best.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
Okay. Mary Beth, wait a minute. If I waited to wrap this, Alice would be too old for it.
What is this?
It's a present I brought Alice Christine. Ta-da!
It's a baby bouncer.
It is. That's what they call it. Look, see? Wait. Oh. You hook it over a door, and then, yeah, she stands in it, and it promotes coordination.
Well, thank you very much, Christine.
Oh, Lauren loved hers. Alice will go crazy. Oh, can I try it?
Look, Chris, why'd you come out tonight anyway?
No.
Why not?
I'm not going to be the third wheel in a romantic evening. Go.
You sure? Oh, all right. All right, then. And thank you so much for this, Christine. This was sweet. And Victor, good luck on your finals tonight. I know the hard part about night school is finding time to study.
Not only that, it's finding stuff to study that won't make you sick.
Good night, Victor. Good night, Chris.
Hi, Charlie. It's me. I'm sorry I missed you, and I hate talking to your machine. Hi, what are you doing? Screening your calls? Listen, what if I came over in about an hour and I brought a pizza? Terrific. Okay, yeah, I'll see you then. Yeah, bye. What? I know. Extra cheese. Well done. Right. See you.
Sergeant Cagney.
Oh, hiya, Hubble. What are you doing, slumming?
No, but I got some good news. Looks like we're finally going to get our shot at Mansfield.
The prelim?
Mm-hmm.
Hot damn.
Jasper.
That's great.
Oh. Bert. You're looking well.
Well, you're not looking any thinner either. So what is this, a social call?
No, we're finally going to deep six Mansfield.
Let the defense get overconfident. All I want to do is get through this preliminary hearing with both charges intact.
Come on into my office. So what are you saying, we're going in weak?
We caught that scuzz mid-deal. It's only because he's such a lousy shot that I'll be here to testify.
It's the way you got to the warehouse that could become a problem.
What problem? My informant gave information. I followed through on it. We made the arrest. It was a clean deal.
Yeah, it's too bad your informant can't testify.
Oh, I get it. You came down here to do your little DA dance before you plea bargain Mansfield out onto the street again.
Cagney.
Sergeant, this prelim is not going to be a walkthrough. First, there's the history of your entrapment. And second, the man has serious money, and that buys impressive counsel.
I will do whatever it takes. I don't want him to get away again.
I'm glad to hear that. Bert? Sergeant?
Relax, Cagney. Some luck. The right judge.
Hopefully one with a taste for blood. Want to have a cup of coffee?
Good idea. I know that you Blame Mansfield for the death of your informant.
Well, maybe he didn't shoot Hector himself. Sure as hell killed him.
You know, if you get too hot over your personal stake in this, you're gonna lose sight of what we're really trying to do here.
I understand that, Lieutenant. I just want to see Mansfield's butt kicked all the way to Attica.
Mm-hmm. Chaim.
Here's your lady.
This is dry. This is nice. This will work too. You try this. You'll like that. Good evening, ma'am.
How are you?
Good. How about yourself? See what you want?
I don't know. What would go nicely with London broil and scalloped potatoes?
Personally, I like cream soda. But you came in for wine. Okay. I got a red for you, as dry as the Sahara, and you don't have to be a sheik to pay for it. I also have another beauty here. Ah, here she is. Collins, wipe these off next, please. You know, we can't charge extra for the dust. Ma'am?
I'm sorry, I changed my mind.
Taking me here.
Detective Aspermani.
Yes.
I'm David Keeler. Remember me? I just called.
Oh, yes, David Kidder.
Hi!
Hi.
How'd you know I'd still be here?
I wasn't sure.
Had to go with your professor. All through?
Well, he told me what he wanted.
I wish you'd have called him, because I'm on my way over to Charlie's for a pizza.
Listen, Chris, I need to talk to you.
Want to get together later?
We need to talk now.
Okay. Sit. Talk.
I got a job to do that you're not going to like.
I don't like most of your jobs.
It's one of your cases, Chris.
What does the ACLU have to do with me?
It's a private case. My old law professor, Ben Tallman, was asked for my help. I wouldn't do it, Chris, unless I really felt I had to.
Sure.
It's the Mansfield case.
Joke, right?
No. Ben arranged the fellowship that got me through law school when I was broke, and then he got me my first job. I owe him, Chris. I owe him a lot. Ben was like a father to me, and now he's asking for my help. He came to me as a last resort, and I couldn't turn him down. Chris, will you wait a minute? Did you hear what I was saying, or don't you care?
You spit in my face and you ask me if I care. What I do care about is that for some totally full of crap
Just wait a minute, just
you're
wait.
going to be standing in court, busting your butt to free some low-life piece of scum who tried to murder me. Now, what do you care about, David?
Chris, I care about you. Look, this is very hard for me. So please, for once, try to understand what I'm feeling.
Give me something to understand.
It's like you and Charlie when he asks for your help.
How can you compare my flesh and blood to your old teacher?
You love Charlie, and you would do anything for him. I feel the same way about Ben. There was a time in my life when he was the only one there for me.
How come I never heard of this saint before?
Because I don't tell you everything. The same way you don't tell me.
I'm telling you, I busted Mansfield twice. The first time he beat me and I looked like a lousy cop, and now he has you on his payroll.
This is an honest fight in open court. It has nothing to do with you or me.
The hell it doesn't. You're trading on my skin to pull a fat fee.
Money is not the issue here. I am talking about loyalty.
To whom? Mansfield is a drug-dealing scuzz, and he will be put away regardless of you or your old professor.
You got it all figured out fine. Just give me the arrest report. That's all I came for.
I'm off duty.
The x-ray equipment, it's real heavy. And the guy I was bidding against never figured any extra floor support, so that's why I got the job. I mean, Mary Beth, you just gotta see the whole picture. What are you doing, honey? You're ruining a great piece of meat there.
Everything turned out so bland, Harvey.
Are you okay?
Harvey, I am so proud of you. You're dynamic, Harv, and people notice that, and that's why things are taking off for you.
Oh, no, baby, for us. Honey, do you know what can happen now? Who do dentists hang out with at country clubs? The real money guys. Doctors. And what do doctors do with their money? They put it into real estate and then develop it. And who does that? The contractors. The contractors who they've heard about from their buddies.
The dentist.
The dentist.
Here's a toast to you, Harv, and to our future. And I'm sorry I forgot the wine. I just couldn't make up my mind, you know. Red, white, rosé. Who knows what goes with what these days? Also, I couldn't remember what your favorite was besides beer. We could have a beer.
Honey, it's okay.
No, Harvey, you deserve a toast. I mean, it's not the same, but it's close. It's alcohol. I mean, it's not water, which wouldn't be the same.
Mary Beth, would you calm down? Are you okay?
I'm fine. I couldn't be better. I'm so happy about everything, Harvey. So, here's a toast to us and to our terrific life and our sweet, precious kids who I care about more than anything.
You bet.
Should have poured that down the side.
Real Coney Island head.
Go ahead and eat.
Who cooked it, the old man or the kid?
Charlie, how am I supposed to know?
The kid. He don't know from well done. Hey, what's this stuff? You usually have fruit with pizza. Hey, you're not gun shy because of me, are you? I'm telling you, Chrissy, I'm right on top of things.
That right, Pop? Is that where you're hanging out at Flannery's, banging around for the guys?
I know it. I know that was going to get back to you. Now, listen, Chris, I went in there, I bought the guys a drink. I even ordered a shooter for myself, but I never touched it, I swear to you, not a sip. Anybody says I did is a liar. I mean, you always drink beer with pizza.
Well, Charlie, this is better for us, okay? Fewer calories.
You forgot the anchovies.
What
kind of day did you have? Never mind that. What kind of a day did you have?
Probably the worst day I've had in years. Oh, perfect, huh? Wait a minute.
What do you need?
Well, let's pretend we got some class and not drink out of the bottles.
Oh, okay. What now?
What the napkins?
I guess I'm out.
All right. Take it with paper towels.
What's the matter? Holy cow. That thing's been back there so long I forgot all about it. Must be all dusty.
Pour it out, Charlie.
Huh?
Pour it out.
Sure. Okay.
Night, Pop.
Christine.
Let's go, pal. Drive it or park it.
This Professor Talman must be very important to David.
So what, he puts the neo-Nazis on hold to make my life miserable?
He must have thought it through, Christine. The man was his teacher.
I don't care if he was his priest. I'm going to make sure Mansfield serves so much time he's going to need a walker when he gets out of there.
Chris, you can't even the score over Hector.
What are we still doing on Houston Street?
I gotta make a quick stop. It's a couple blocks.
Hi.
Well,
Still need something for the London broil.
right, sir. No, thanks. Not. No, not today. I'm Detective Lacey, 14th Squad. Does the Gilbert Collins work here?
Yes, but he's out on a delivery.
He's out.
Yeah, is there a problem?
No, nothing like that. Are you the manager?
Worse, the owner. Look, officer, if there's a problem with Collins, I'll dump him. He's only a minimum wage face.
There is no problem. It's routine, Mr.
Craven.
Craven. I wanted a few words with him is all. What are his hours?
10 to 6. You want me to have him call you?
No, not necessary.
Ciao.
Look at this. All high-powered attorneys. You never use the same one twice. Not one of them's the type to be used by drug dealers.
Yeah, and then just push us forward.
Mary Beth?
It's not fierce to focus.
Who've you got?
It's an old case, nothing.
1971. Mansfield?
No, when I was in uniform, one of my first rape cases.
It's a big collar for you back then.
Yeah.
I'll find you, lady, and I'll hurt you in ways you never dreamed of. You said this in open court?
Heavy, yeah.
I'm gonna carve my name in your face. How much time did this guy get?
Please go back to 67.
He's out.
You've been tremendous help, Mrs. Kaufman. Collins has been working in my precinct and has not registered here yet. You just make sure he does, please. His parole officer got him the job. He's been there 2 months with no problems.
2 months?
Yeah, well, nice for her to let you know.
There's a better way to handle this.
What are you talking about?
The direct approach. We mosey over there, we look him in the eye, we let him know that you've got friends.
Victor, this is not Dodge City.
Wait a minute. For once, it's Becky's not that far off. We could go in, patronize the place, flip out the wallet to pay, and there's a badge. It's clean, simple, and Collins will certainly get the hint.
I think all he is making too much of this.
This isn't just your problem, Lacey. A creep threatens a cop, puts us all under the gun. I don't take kindly to threats.
Mary Beth, if the lieutenant called the 119, they'd put a blue and white in front of your house all night.
That's a good idea, Marcus.
No. I don't want that, Marcus, and I don't want the lieutenant hearing about this either, Sergeant.
The man threatened to carve up your face, Detective. Who is it?
Your favorite lawyer.
Hello, David.
Don't I get invited past the door?
I'm getting ready to go
Come
to
on,
bed
Chris. I deserve at least a couple of minutes.
So?
So? Simple truth. I didn't take this job to hurt you or jeopardize our relationship.
It's amazing how you managed to do both.
This is one of the toughest decisions I've had to make.
Yeah, too bad you didn't make the right one.
Chris, I'm hurting too. I really care about you. The job I have to do doesn't change that.
It does for me.
Chris, it's just work, that's all. You understand that me doing this job means everything for Ben Tallman. But it doesn't have to mean that much to us.
Taking Mansfield down means everything to me. What about me? Or do you need a father more than you need a woman?
Sometimes you're the most immature woman I've ever met.
Stop it. Oh, I'm just sick of your sanctimonious garbage, David. The man tried to kill me, you understand? No, I guess you can't. Until somebody aims a gun and pulls a round off at your head, you never will.
Don't wave that combat cross at me. And don't put guilt where it doesn't belong.
I'm not the one who should feel guilty here.
You were the one who pushed Hector to get stuff on Mansfield until he got himself killed.
Well, you bastard. You believe that? Who the hell are you to say that to me?
I don't know. I don't know what I am to you. Maybe nothing more than a sex partner. Somebody's gonna pat you on your head every time you have a bad day. But when I come to you with something important, all I get from you is me, me, me.
Get out of here, mister. Get out.
Today is a very special day for you.
Certainly is a special day for you, Wendell. Good morning, son.
That's her?
No, Wendell's genuine gypsy royalty.
I know what I know.
How come you didn't know I was a cop when you offered to bless my wallet? Come on, move it.
Cagney, 14. Hi, Pop. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm kind of busy right now. What? Yeah, well, I know you're sorry, Pop, you know, but that isn't the point. Yeah. All right. Pop, I said all right. Fine, I'll see you there.
Good morning, Christine.
Those are the stalest bagels I've ever heard. Do you have any aspirin?
Christine, get a load of this.
No, doorknobs are for pulling teeth. I need aspirin.
The top right-hand drawer, I put a fresh bottle in Friday. Do you remember these? These were on every classroom door in the city of New York.
Great.
There they were, a whole box of them, outside a store on Canal. $2 each. I'm gonna put these on our bedroom door. Harvey is gonna pass out when he sees this. Bring back memories, don't they?
At St. Brendan's, every door had a nun.
Mr. Principals dropped these out for you, Cagney. Oh, aren't these terrific? Solid brass. I'm gonna put these on my bathroom doors. You get these from Esposito, $10 a pair?
$10.
Good. I'm still not sure whether I can trust that little hundo yet, you know?
Good morning. Is that a Broadway show?
Yeah, my one and only for Saturday night. David's idea, peace offering.
Well, it's a night.
Forget it. Got a stamp on you?
Right in there.
Okay. You better get going if we're going to talk to Hubble before the hearing.
I'm really gonna enjoy watching Mansfield take this fall.
You're very up this morning.
Why not? It's gonna be a good day.
I know what I know.
You arrest people, he defends people. You have to expect some disagreements.
This is more than a disagreement.
You know what I'm saying. You and David are still gonna be around long after this Mansfield business is over and done with.
Sure. When we get the win, maybe I'll call him up and gloat.
Can't be fairer than that.
Sergeant. I'm buckling, all right? I'm buckling. Where are you going?
If we take the FDR, we could look at the river.
You into tugboats? Or boarding that liquor store on Houston Street?
I
haven't given that a thought since last night. Christine, there is nothing I can do about Collins being around. I am not going to make it worse by thinking about it.
Mary Beth, you cannot let that two-bit little creep intimidate you. Now, the more you hide, the bigger he gets, and you know I know what I'm talking about here.
I'm not hiding, Christine.
If you face him, you can handle him.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Oh, Sergeant, your discovery about Mansfield's choice of past counsels could be very helpful.
Good. Trying to plug up any holes that snake might squeeze through.
Yeah, well, anything can happen. We got a couple of strong charges here, and I expect a straight-ahead prelim.
Excuse me, Sergeant Cagney? Detective Lacey?
Yes, ma'am.
These subpoenas are for you. Have a nice day.
Subpoena deuces, take them. Mr. Talman, want your memo books, ladies?
Let's go on in, Sergeant.
Nice touch, David. Very dramatic. You really think it's going to make a difference?
Morning, Sergeant Cagney, Detective Lacey.
Come on, Chris.
The renowned Professor Tolman. Down from your ivory tower to roll around the mud with Mansfield here?
Oh, now, as unpleasant as this occasion is, Sergeant, you mustn't forget your upbringing.
Unpleasant. Today's the start of a nightmare for you.
Oh, you do have a certain girlish charm, Sergeant.
Where did you arrest Mr. Mansfield, Sergeant Cagney?
I'm sure that's on the arrest report.
You arrested my client inside a warehouse.
That's right.
Was there a bazaar, a flea market, maybe an antique show, or a public gathering going on?
No.
No, none of these? Not even a sign saying open house?
Can we drop the games, David? I've already answered no.
Sergeant, I'd advise you to control your temper.
Sorry.
Then can you tell us exactly what right you felt you had to enter a warehouse on private property?
Detective Lacey and I had probable cause to believe that a crime was being committed.
If that were an acceptable explanation, Sergeant, no one would be able to sleep with the sound of doors being kicked in all over the city.
If you're interested in accuracy, Counselor, your notes would indicate that we entered through an open door.
Actually, you drove through an open door. Why?
We were acting on information from a reliable informant that a drug transaction was going down.
Ah. An informant whose information resulted in arrests in other cases.
No.
No? Then how did you know he's reliable? I suggest this person appear in this court so that we might determine the value of his information.
You know he can't appear. He's dead, Your Honor. He's dead because of your client!
Sergeant Cagney, please, control yourself.
Your Honor, because Sergeant Cagney's testimony confirms the violation of the law of search and seizure, I motion that all charges against my client be dropped at this time.
Based on all the testimony, I agree that the narcotics case against Mr. Mansfield has been compromised, and it is hereby dismissed.
Your Honor, surely you agree that the attempted murder charge against Mr. Mansfield must be held outside of this ruling.
Your Honor, I object. That charge stemmed directly from the illegal action of Sergeant Cagney and her partner in entering that warehouse.
Your Honor, the simple fact is Mansfield fired at Sergeant Cagney even though he knew her to be a police officer.
Gentlemen, I agree with Mr. Hubble. This court will not and cannot allow anyone to view the police as viable targets. Mr. Mansfield is hereby bound over for trial on the charge of attempted murder. Court adjourned.
Hey, we won on the big one.
Carried the day, Sergeant.
I never thought being shot at would have this kind of payoff.
I suspect some type of flea bite.
Yeah, looks like that.
Yeah. Let's discuss this, yeah. Discuss it.
A deal.
A deal? This is attempted murder here.
Exactly why the feds knew Mansfield would accept their offer.
Wait a minute. I want to know what was said inside that room.
It's classically simple. We've got Mansfield, but the feds want an ex-partner of his named Lopez. Man deals more drugs and kills more people than Mansfield, so for a new identity and a place in their relocation program, Mansfield has agreed to rat on Lopez. Criminal economics. A big fish for a bigger fish.
In other words, he walks.
Well, no, not exactly. Yes, he does.
You should rot in hell.
This is disgusting. Let's get out of here.
Don't take it too personally, ladies. It'll only give you ulcers.
You was robbed too, Mr. Hubble.
Yeah, I know. And it'll happen again. See you around the water cooler.
Chrissy.
Hi, Charlie.
Hi. Oh, I'm glad you could make it.
Sorry I'm late.
Oh, that's okay. You sure look like the other side scored today.
No, we scored. The other side won.
That's an old familiar tune. Oh, good. Here. Put the glass over there.
Oh, no, miss. I'm sorry. There must be a mistake.
No, honey. It's fine. Thank you. This is for you. I ordered it for you. One glass, see? You know how you always like a glass of wine with your dinner? Go on. So, you're in court today, huh?
Yeah.
No. Sure as shooting. If you win one in the street, you're going to get beat in court. Come on. We'll have a little dinner. You'll feel better. Hey, you know, Donnigan's got that great tomato and sliced onion appetizer.
I don't want that. Yeah. Maybe a shrimp cocktail would be good.
You know, what was that dish you had here the last time you were so crazy about? Yeah, it was the veal chop with the
Charlie?
baby was. Oh, come on, Chrissy. This isn't even booze. It's 12 proof. I mean, you get more than that in mouthwash. They give this to kids in France, you know.
Do the kids in France have cirrhosis of the liver? I don't remember hearing that. The kids in France know this stuff will kill you, like some people we know.
Keep it down and take
What
it
do you mean? Let them listen. You told me don't shush me. No.
Everybody's listening.
I'm so tired of this, Charlie. You told me you would stop drinking.
All right, I won't drink a damn thing.
Fine. I'm sorry, Charlie. I'm being rude. Of course you said you wouldn't drink, and you're not drinking at all. You bought this wine for me, right? And I'm being ungrateful. Of course not. I'll drink this wine. No, Charlie. Don't be silly. I want to have support. Some for you, and some for me.
Christine, honey, what are you doing?
Look.
Christine, don't do that. Honey, please.
What's going on, Mary Beth?
I was pulling down the blinds.
Yeah, you've been out of bed 3 times already tonight.
Pop, I had to check on Alice.
3 times. She hasn't made a sound. And you've been a nervous wreck for 2 nights now. Are we going to play 20 questions, or are you going to tell me what is going on?
You promise me you won't go crazy?
When have you ever seen me go crazy?
Promise me, Harv.
I promise. What is it, hon?
Harvey, perpetrators make threats all the time.
What
It doesn't mean
threats?
that they're going to do anything.
Who threatened you, babe? Who?
Gilbert Collins is out.
The pig you collared back in 71 for rape?
Yeah.
Where is he?
You promised me, Harvey.
Where is he?
He's working near the precinct.
I remember what he said he was going to do to you. I got friends, Mary Beth. We could put the fear
Harvey,
of God
he
into
hasn't
him.
done anything.
He scared you! I'm sorry. Mary Beth, I am not going to let him make the first move.
I love you, Harv. I love you for wanting to protect me. But this is not your job.
The hell it isn't. You are my wife.
I'm also a cop. How am I supposed to feel if I can't take care of myself? What kind of a cop am I going to be then, Harv?
Collins,
Yeah?
remember me?
Should I?
My name is Mary Beth Lacey.
Lacey. You busted me.
That's right.
So what do you want?
Sex offenders have to register, Mr. Collins. The 14th precinct, you haven't done that yet.
My P.O. called and I am gonna do it.
Collins! Where's the rest of the apple wine? What's the matter? What's up?
Nothing, sir. I have some information for Mr. Collins.
What nothing? This is becoming a regular stop for you. Now, if there's a problem with this guy, I'll dump him.
No, sir. There is no problem. I'll be 1 minute.
You sure? Collins? I want that stuff in the store fast.
Right.
You remember what you said to me in open court? You threatened me, mister.
Look, officer, you heard my boss.
I remember. And I will never forget it.
Is this it? Are you gonna be in my face every day?
I'm gonna be doing my job.
Yeah, right.
Register by Friday, Mr. Collins.
Mansfield tried to kill me. And no matter how you want to look at it, Lieutenant, they're going to give him a prize for it.
Everybody in this job is a target, Cagney. And we didn't make the deal. The feds are trading him up. Lopez is worth 10 Mansfields to them.
Well, you could file a protest or bring some heat. Maybe we could turn this thing around.
Let's say, Cagney. Oh, look at that. Huh? Do you know how many times I have tried to get one to look like this with a regular omelet pan? And look at this. It's 3 kinds of cheese. Wow. Go ahead, Cagney. Go ahead, try it.
Oh, thank you, Lieutenant. I wonder what they're serving Mansfield for breakfast at that palace the feds call a lockup.
Tell me something. You go around your place, busting up the furniture every time the sun doesn't shine, Sergeant?
We had a strong case against Mansfield with the attempted murder charge.
Yeah, sure. And I was going to call you and Lacey in this morning to congratulate you on the good work.
All of which is for nothing.
Mary Beth, Lauren has a set of Dom's Donkey books that she used to love when she was Alice's age. Now, they're washable, but you never know how people feel about used things for their children.
Oh, Marcus, that's so sweet. Harvey and I would love it. I'm sure she'll love it. Thank you. That's lovely.
Okay. How are you doing, Mary Beth?
I'm okay.
I'm here if you want to talk.
Is this about Collins?
Yeah, it's been on my mind.
Thank you, Marcus.
Morning, Chris.
God, I hate the lights in here. I feel like a coal miner. You got a comb? You know, just once, I would like a case to turn out the way I want it to.
We ought to be used to it by now.
Just kills me. Everybody goes around shaking their head, shrugging their shoulders, saying, there, 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 there. That's the way it goes.
Uh-huh.
Why is it everybody around me turns to butter when it's something I care about? Or even worse, they just jump to the other side.
That's what they call female bonding, Christine.
No, Mary Beth, this is what they call kvetching.
So what about David?
There's a specimen, huh? Mr. Dependable, Mr. Integrity. I've seen more guts on a violin.
Chris, I know what things are going to be like around here until you face this, so why don't you go talk to him?
How's it going with you? How's Alice Christine?
Alice Christine loves her bouncer. Everybody's fine. How's Charlie doing?
Got me.
Yeah? What? Yes, she is.
Say we treat ourselves. Go to Tony's for lunch.
I can't. I'm gonna take some personal time. I'll be back around 2.
You okay?
Yeah, couldn't be better.
Okay.
Hey, see?
Yes, sir.
I got a parole officer named Kaufman on the phone. She's got a guy called Collins, a parolee in her office. Says that you saw him today.
Yes, sir. I talked to him this morning.
Yeah, what about?
He's supposed to register.
Well, he's shaking in his pants. Whatever you said to him, he's too scared to go back to work, much less come by here.
Sir, I did not threaten him.
According to her, Collins made some bad moves up at Attica, and now he's terrified of being sent back there.
What's that got to do with me, sir?
Well, she wants you to get on the phone and reassure him, you know. A few nice words from you so he can pull himself back together and go back to work. So do it.
Yes, sir. Beg your pardon? This is Detective Lacey.
Haven't been shopping with us. We've been paying too much. And now we return to the big bonus. We're back with our champion, Ray
Why?
Oh, yeah,
A surprise. Fates have rewarded me by bringing us together in a room with a bed. Make yourself comfortable.
No, thanks. Just seeing you locked up is comfort enough.
It's a temporary condition. Would you like a drink? It's a joke. Again, a temporary inconvenience. I offer you a rain check.
It's a tough one, Mansfield. Being here knowing you beat me again.
It's a game you don't understand, Christine. May I call you Christine?
No.
Fair enough. You don't understand the game, so you don't play it well. In a sense, I think you peaked professionally when you were still in uniform.
So where's it gonna be? Arizona? Florida? Someplace posh around LA?
Well, the location is special. But the thing I like best about all of this is the business they're setting me up in. I'm tempted to give you some of the details.
Lopez was a smart move. Big name at exactly the right time. I bet you even have 1 or 2 other names you might use.
Oh, so that's what this is. You're looking for a name to take back to your lieutenant. You haven't been listening, Christine. A player never gives anything away unless the payoff is worthwhile.
I'm outclassed here. You see right through me.
Oh, going already?
Yeah. About the payoff being worthwhile. Do you mean when somebody who knows where you're hiding finally sells you out to Lopez and his goons come looking to blow your brains out? Is that the kind of payoff you mean? If you're trying to kill me, you could have done a nickel and walked away. But instead, you chose to sweat and wait for an ice pick or a 22 behind your ear.
Get out.
With pleasure. You're right, Mansfield. It isn't a game to me.
Excuse me. Hey, Chris! Chris! Look, I'm glad it's over. Maybe we can talk now. We can go someplace and sit down and talk. Chris! Chris! Come on, Chris!